Shut your mouths! We're going to be playing D&D, and you're gonna have fun, God damn it. Welcome everyone to tonight's episode of Unravel.
I don't feel welcome!
You aren't.
Oh.
No
well,
one
I'll
is
just...
at this point. Get out. No, I'm in your way. No, yeah, you
Okay,
yeah,
that's
fine.
just...
Alright, welcome everybody tonight to the episode of
What is happening?
of Unravel. As we are going to be picking up where we left off last week with our party of adventurers that have recently proven their innocence to the town of Amberstrand for a couple of murders who turned out to have been committed by a well-known necromancer. This necromancer has stolen a valuable item from the vault of the Platinum Dragon of the temple that was present in Amberstrand. And as you guys left on good terms with the law there, you went up to follow up on a contract that was set up for Jeremiah to be caught with a bounty of a total of 5,000 gold on his head. As the party was leaving, they left with horses provided by the Platinum Dragon as thanks from Thyrus here. Stop. Jesus.
Yes.
You went on to the road to Scorchmount, which was the last location Jeremiah was traveling in. On the road there, you found a broken down cart, which was a trap set by a couple of Peritons. After defeating these enemies, you went back up on the cliffside where they tried to throw you off, and you... That's it. And you went back on the cliff, and you saw that on the road that you were on, your horses are no longer there. And as you are all standing in the middle of the road, just found some tracks, I assume, from where the horses went in the direction that you came from. You were traveling backwards in.
Did we?
We're going to be picking up.
No.
Right there.
Because the end of none of that.
Great.
You guys are
Just
also,
Locke
Locke will be joining us later tonight as Thyrus is going to be leaving us.
Such a switch.
The old switch. I mean, we gotta switch out bad for good, right? Anyways, I'm not here, so...
So, why do we
What would
switch
you like
like
to
that
do?
for bed?
Dude, looks like I have a choker on there.
It kind of does, yeah.
It's not.
That's a very low joker.
It's not a joke.
It's a shirt, guys, I promise.
As we are on the road, you guys are following these tracks of your horses. You pick up there. What would you like to do?
Genuinely, we're actually doing that because I feel like we didn't find no tracks.
Yeah.
At least they didn't.
I'm not sure.
I will say,
If you didn't say that,
I'm gonna go and try and find some horse tracks because a horse is bound to be somewhere, right?
No, I'm on it. I.
That's a terrible idea. You can help me, but I'm gonna do it.
Fine.
So either both of you roll, or one of you roll with advantage.
roll, do it.
To look for tracks of these horses.
No.
Why did you use my dice? That's not smart, right?
23.
23. Easily enough, you can find these definite horse tracks, more fresh than any others, heading into the direction of Amberstrand.
Oh God.
Yes.
Don't sit up. You'll
You
cover
can
me
sit
up.
back a little bit more. We have a new camera setup, as they are no longer in the corners over there. We have them mounted up there.
As if
I
if I wasn't small enough yet,
Yes.
I now have a top-down view.
Anyways.
Well, there's no
It's just sort of
confusion
fitting.
anymore.
Hey.
Alright. So, I just take a bit of the water. Yeah, these are horse tracks. Yeah, we can go.
Yes, those were horse tracks.
Yeah.
You can see that from the hooves. How
But I wanted to know how fresh they were.
how does one taste if it's a horse track? I'm just,
It's just sand.
I bluff say. Oh yeah, we're definitely I know what you mean.
Alpha, look at me.
Yes.
Why are we doing this?
We're trying to find.
Would you like a taste?
By tasting horse tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, seems like it.
What you're gonna find? Well, sure. You lead the way.
You know what happens when
You
I
know
try-
where the horses are?
You know what's gonna happen if I try to look for horses. Now you
Exactly.
better
I know.
help me.
I'm just trying to make a point, right? Let me taste my horse hooves, and let me find the horses, right?
I'll just.
Okay.
Alright.
Can't be stuff with your arguments right now.
I'm gonna try to find those horses.
As you attempt to find the horses, follow the tracks pointed out by Ned.
I'm gonna.
They can go. They can go taste those horses if they want.
Roll a perception check.
Oh yay!
Oh yeah.
It's only a -2, I think.
That's 16.
16.
Yeah.
Pretty decent.
Yay!
As you are walking back, still thinking about how weird it is that you can try to taste to follow a track.
It's so confusing.
Although you are distracted, you do, after a period of walking, find, as you had 3 horses before, yet only 2 find by the side of the road grazing currently.
All right. So, how far am I apart from them?
From them,
Yeah.
I assume you guys followed.
just follow.
You follow?
They're like
Of
right
course.
behind you.
Yeah.
You've been walking for about 10 minutes.
I think I
At that
trust
point,
you
you
with
find
the
them.
tracks.
Yeah. No. Guys,
Of course.
I can see 2 horses. Look at those 2 natural
I can be
clues.
pissed of you.
Slightly. Well, in
Guys,
any case,
be
I
nice.
believe those are the horses.
Really?
As
Are
you
you-
spoke, the horse's head raised up and turned towards you.
Oh god. Stealth mode.
Nay.
Stealth mode. Just horse mode.
You want to stealth?
Yes.
I'm not. I'm just gonna move towards them and try to
Sure.
calmly
Yeah,
approach
stealthily.
them.
Slowly, stealthily.
No,
it's
why stealthily? These horses aren't afraid of me.
In a stealth mode, they would not even be able to see you, which is not the approach you're going for.
No, I want them to see me. I want them to
Of
trust me.
Well, if I see in a state of likeness.
In that case, as you are approaching the horses, they
We're not gonna
Don't
go
move,
stealth the horse.
yet they do
Yeah, we do.
get ready to do so.
Well, I just want
As
to
you're
calm them
approaching.
down. I just want to, approach them
Roll,
calmly.
roll now a handling check.
You want to sneak through the grass?
No, I'm not gonna sneak up on my horses because we're still real scared.
23.
23. As you are calmly walking towards the 2 horses, they first take a few steps back as they hear the loud shouting from the 2 still standing on the road behind you. Once you get nearer, you reach out with your hand. They don't move, and easily enough, you manage to touch the nose of the horse and grab the reins. It was reins, by the way. Last time we didn't know what the fuck reins were, but that's the thing you're holding on to.
Rings.
Ah,
I've been thinking about that all
Yes.
fucking week.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I really haven't.
No, you haven't. You're an idiot.
I could have just searched it up, but I didn't. I'm
That
so
also
bad.
doesn't know it's reins.
Brains. I'm
Brains.
seeing scary stuff. But yes.
You manage to retake the horses for yourself.
Alright. I saddle up, and I drive off with the horses.
Back from the edge, back to the road.
No, away from them.
You are?
Now I'm moving towards them.
As you move back to...
Can I tie them together, like, so I can
Yeah,
move?
you're easily... Well, you could tie them together, yes, but it's also just as easy to... As it's only 1 horse, you can just hold on to one as you're riding the other. But you can tie the reins together.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
2 horses.
It's 2 horses
Okay.
instead of the 3 that you left with.
Where is, just, where's Locket? Is she going along?
I'm right here. You
Alright.
see the
sound like a
taxi
dwarf.
that was standing about 10 feet away from you as you were having this heated argument was very closely observing what Ned was doing.
Oh, damn boy, you have a terrible cold, don't you?
I'm so
You
sorry.
sound like a man.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. You're so sneaky. I didn't see you.
It's alright.
You sound like a dwarf. What are you doing, man? It doesn't matter.
For some
All
reason,
right.
yeah. That's not
You
good.
got this.
If you want, I
There's one
have,
other thing about myself.
I have these nice.
Anyway.
Yeah, I have 2 horses.
You return the 2 horses.
Yes.
I'm riding one. So, did we have only 2 horses when we left? Yeah, I don't remember actually.
I'm pretty sure,
We did have 3. We had 3. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we had 3.
Yes, you had 3.
You had
It's
to
like
roll for
5
that?
minutes ago that you had 3 horses still.
That's a
And
nice
now
That's
you're
a natural 20.
That's a natural twin. Hold
Yes.
on, I want to see your dice.
I remembered those horses
Tell
very
me-
clearly.
Tell me you're
You didn't have to
Alright.
roll for that.
Alright, well,
I just wanted
You
to
return
do
with the
it for
horses.
fun.
I forgot. I was on the back of someone's horse.
Yes.
First,
you
whose back was I on?
and I'm pretty sure.
Either
you
one
two
of you.
saddled up together.
We?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, we will.
I'm just gonna rejoin your horse if you don't mind.
I don't mind, you know.
And,
Because you were
just-
terrible at it.
And I'll take.
I did personally. I didn't roll for it, right?
You're still pretty sure, if you remember correctly, you're terrible at it.
And then
You don't have to roll if I don't fucking tell you to roll.
No, I wanted to see.
Neither one of you has to roll.
Alright. So, Ned, I'll take over from here if you don't mind.
From what?
This horse.
Not fun.
And as you grab the horse, Locket's already sitting on top of it, just waiting out this argument before she's ready to leave. So you're hopping on?
Yes.
Cool.
Well, I mean, I was planning on. So you're riding?
Yes.
It's my horse.
Very masculine of you to let the woman ride.
It's my
And I
horse.
just
It's not your horse.
It's
it's
my
our
horse.
horse.
As she sighs, she steps off, lets you mount first,
Yeah.
as she gets in the back.
How old are you?
12.
No,
no, not mental age, actual age.
Oh!
I'm driving.
I'm driving.
Sure.
Do you have a license?
Hey, I didn't have a license for that.
You have a horse
too.
Alright. You will saddle up once more. And taking this conclusive thing, taking from at the end of the battle to finding the horses and re-getting on your tracks takes about 30 minutes total. So you are a little behind on schedule.
We have a schedule.
You had a schedule.
Oh,
You were
boy.
trying to
I
push
didn't.
towards
Yeah, church
Scorchmount.
is, it's Saturday, church is on Sunday.
You
Oof.
would arrive in
I
Scorchmount
forgot my
in
church clothes as well.
2 more days. Or yes, 1 day of running right now, next 2 days, and then the last day you arrive. The if you were to continue on foot, it would take about a week.
Alright. Well, I suggest we are going. What the fuck are you doing? Oh, you're riding a horse. I just want.
He's
I'm really getting into this.
Yeah, I noticed. I'm on the back, so I'm just like holding you like. So I suggest.
Can you not hold me like that? It's-
You know, just.
We're not going that fast. We're just you can just not do that, right?
I don't know where to put my hands. I'm gonna be honest.
Just put it on the horse.
you grab the saddle of the horse
Oh wait, there's a
easily
saddle.
enough. Yes, these horses were nicely decked out with robes as well as saddles and reins from the Platinum Guard.
Yeah, about that. So these beautiful horses, right?
Yes.
These are not our horses, right? And we lost. Right?
No. I don't remember losing any horse.
We left off with 3 horses,
I
right?
left off with 2.
I'm
Yes, we
pretty sure we had 3 horses.
As it was only like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, but
You're pretty sure you had 3 horses. I know, it's been a week.
Right.
Can I try to play with their minds a little bit?
With whose mind?
Both of them.
Sure. Is your mind link?
Yes.
I see.
No, I'm pretty sure it was 2 horses.
You hear this voice, oddly
Yes.
familiar
Yes.
to you, and you recognize the tone a little bit as coming from others. You hear this voice saying,
No.
"Yeah, we had 2 horses."
No, it doesn't say it's necessarily my voice.
It is speech.
Well,
Regardless, you
yeah.
find this voice in your head saying to you, oddly not you, as you have your own voice inside your head. You know, it's not that, but it's telling you,
That's
yeah, we
my
probably had
accent.
2 horses.
That's not my accent.
There's an itchy.
fine, and I go to him like in his type of accent.
Sure.
and I was, oh, I'm blimey. Pretty sure we bought 2 horses.
Crummy.
Wow. you hear this bad imitation.
That's terrible.
What you sound like.
What's happening? Eh? I'm just having this. I'm having a bit of a headache.
How strange.
Yeah.
But doesn't that get us in trouble
What?
with your church if we lose a horse?
No, we didn't lose a horse.
Alright, well you can tell that to yourself. And I'm stupid, but I'm not that stupid.
Accurate. He's not that stupid.
No.
Besides, I found the tracks
Yeah. Then why didn't you find a third horse?
because it went off
Wait,
further.
why didn't we just check for tracks there?
Yeah, because
We could have just checked.
Because I'm
the
also
people
not that
check.
smart.
We
right?
just went to the horses. We found two horses and realized, oh, that's probably all there is. We could have
Yeah.
just checked for more tracks.
that's because we had 2 horses.
We can still do that.
Ned's
No,
intelligence is the party's intelligence in real life.
Pretty much. How far have we?
I'll just tell
Right,
him he had 2
just-
You,
horses.
I would say you're almost back at the point where you found
Jesus
the
Christ.
Carringtons at the first.
Okay.
You haven't been writing for that long yet.
I suggest we just continue on.
But
We can go back trying to find another horse, but
Oh, but would that get us in big trouble?
We're already behind on schedule, and if we would get in trouble, we'll just tell him one of those beasts killed the horse.
That's lying.
that's very accurate. You have a problem with lying?
Yeah, a bit.
Okay, it's good to know.
That's the problem then that we only had 2 horses.
God damn it.
Listen here. I'm a patient guy, I like to think. But I like myself.
Well,
horses.
by the way, while we are,
Pull up
ru-
there.
I like horses. So we can always just go back and get the third horse. I mean,
We could do that on the way back.
do we have a schedule? Way
Well,
back?
I mean, these beasts are pretty loyal. If he was going anywhere, he was probably going home eventually anyway. So with that
Are the beasts inside of this place loyal, like those little things that are trying to kill us?
I mean, look at those scabbards. They've been raised by the Platinum Dragons riders.
That just sounds like a whole lot of bullshit to me.
No, it's horseshit.
You're not making it any better.
As you hear a slight sigh from behind you, Tyrus, Locke turns to most of you and goes, you all know we have a schedule?
No.
We are,
No, I just found out.
we are trying to find Jeremiah, and he's getting off. The returning for a third horse isn't going to help us that much. Well, of course, I don't want to get into trouble either with the Platinum Dragon, so whatever you guys decide is up to you. I will follow.
That's very smart of you,
Yeah.
Rocket.
Thanks for your input, Locke. It seems
Yes.
like you're, you know.
That's weirdly
Locke's intelligence is the
logical
highest in the party, guys.
That's a weird
Don't worry.
logical thing that you just did that, like.
Yes.
Are you sure? you're not
Anyways,
getting
you wanted to do something while they were speaking.
Well, no, not necessarily while they were speaking.
Or-
While we are writing, I wanna
Sure.
just keep an eye out for anything.
Sure. Roll a perception check.
That's a natural
A
20.
natural 20.
Nice.
In that case. Give me a minute. 'Cause you guys don't see
I
this.
don't
As you
like
guys
This is not good.
yes. Don't do this.
We're looking at you.
Yeah, no, sure.
Uh-huh.
I don't understand.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Mind telling that to the viewers?
I don't. It is not.
Can you whisper inside
If
of
he
me?
wants to do that, it's on him. You guys, what's your guys' perceptions? Not that great. No, not your. Yeah, sure.
Well, his is
8.
terrible. Mine is okay.
But just with a passive, no, you don't manage to see anything more than he does. As you continue writing, you keep seeing the same.
So that's
you
three
once more pass the broken down cart with the wheel off of it, the dead body in the ravine, as well as the Periton body still laying there. The 2 opened up barrels still there. You pass that again. Anything anyone want to do there before you leave?
You want to
Does-
leave a note?
Does the cart look fixable?
Do you want to know or you're asking him?
I'm asking him.
Sure.
Because I'm not good at this.
We'll see.
Is this card fixable?
So what type of rolls? Roll an insight check
Fine.
on the wood.
Wouldn't that be
Inside.
You want an insight?
Yeah, if you want
the
to
skill, like the skill of for wood?
Yeah,
So
that's.
I
that's
would say the
nothing.
wood carving. If you have proficiency in wood carving, so it would just be your d20 with your thing. But I guess an insight check would work. What is it?
Inside or investigation?
Insight.
That's nothing.
Nothing. Doesn't look.
You roll a 2 and you have.
You have no experience with the simple simple working of the average person in this country, this is far below your pay grade normally. So you have no experience.
I'm gonna be real honest with you. I might have driven a few carts in my life, but I have no idea how they work.
What? To work?
I don't know if
You've
this
never worked?
how they work.
Oh.
I mean, to me,
Well, they go
very
round.
simple.
They go
Very
round,
simple.
and
I'm just trying to say I've got.
how hard can it be? Let's try.
Right.
Fine.
You
you
look-
take a look.
As you look at
Yeah.
at the card, roll an insight check on the wood. As I don't know what is a better roll for this. I could just say
it's
D20.
like wood.
Yes.
It's like wood. Like
Investigation,
things with
check the
woods.
wood, check if it's...
Investigation is looking for something.
Yeah, man. Investigate.
You know if the wood is lying, dude.
With a natural 20, your experience and just recent memory of working with cards and riding horses and such, you do see that in one of the I don't know what it's called. Between the center of the wheel and the wheel itself, there's wooden beams. One of those is broken, which is easily fixable, would take some time. After that, it's easily enough reattaching the wheel, putting over the extra knob that would close the wheel in between the cart and the outside, so it doesn't just fall off. Again, would easily be able to fix. This looks more like an intentional thing rather than an actual accident.
So as I said, this is below my pay grade.
I could
What do
fix
you
it
think?
if you help me a bit. You know.
Oh right.
It seems. It's just like. It's really basic stuff. It's just
I
pulling
don't-
things together and putting the wheel back on.
Alright, what?
I don't know how it works, but I just know if we do that.
Alright,
it's
how
gonna
about
work.
you two go try to fix the wooden beam, which I also don't know the name of. And Luckett and I will try to fix the wheel itself.
It's the
The
wheel.
wheel's alright.
The
The
wheel
wheel
itself has one of between the center of the wheel and the outside of the wheel. There's these wooden beams that hold the whole wheel together so it doesn't collapse. I have no idea what it's called and it's annoying me. But one of those is actually
I do know that.
You
In
wanna,
Dutch.
yes.
you
Thank
wanna
you.
go look for some sticks.
Well, while you do that,
Spokes. They're
we'll-
called spokes.
Spokes!
Oh,
That's
alright.
right.
One of the spokes of the wheel is broken,
Now what?
which is easily enough easily enough to fix if you would have an extra one, but you don't.
So you want me to hold up the cart while I put on the wheel?
Yeah.
Alright, fine.
Can I pull it up?
We'll see. Roll the legs check. As you were lifting a boulder not but an hour ago, you grabbed this cart and lifted.
22.
22. You're only there. It's quite easy to grab. And the weight doesn't bother you as much. It is. It's not slipping out of your hands or anything.
So
I mean, I take my crowbar and I put it like beneath it, so it can things on it, so you don't have to constantly hold it.
Sure, you put the crowbar right under it, and as you drop the weight, it's held up by this crowbar.
And I lie under it. I say, can you balance it a bit, because it's not the greatest thing.
Yeah,
You just make sure it doesn't
Okay.
fall over.
I was gonna say.
And I start working.
And at this point, you're only holding it in place as
Yeah.
you're inspecting the underside of this cart. I would say roll an investigation check to see if you could find any problems with the undersides of it.
Thought I already knew what the problem was.
Yes.
Get some
But
dust
you
on
go
the-
under the cart. You said.
Oh,
You said you
Then
went
that's-
under the cart. You don't
No.
necessarily have to go under the cart to reattach the wheel.
then I can
That's-
already check that stuff.
Oh no,
Because
Ned,
I upgraded this.
my fingers are slipping.
Oh no.
Yeah, this will be I think an 8.
There doesn't seem to be any problems with the underside of the cart. It is only actually the wheel that's been taken off and one spoke has been broken.
Alright, so I'm gonna try and fix that, which that would be,
What kind of tools do you have on you?
well,
And one of the spokes is broken, so you were putting the wheel back on it with a broken spoke? Or are you trying to fix
well
that?
these guys are fixing that.
You and
Luckett
alright.
were working.
How would you want to fix this as we are putting you on a breakthrough?
How thick are the spokes?
They're about like this.
Excellent.
Very
They're
thick.
about PVC pipe thick.
Okay.
differentiating, and closer to the center of the wheel, they're a little thicker as they move into
An
the
inch.
actual wheel itself.
Something like
it's
that.
a little thick. I would say it would be about 2-3 inches on the base, about an inch at the top.
I would like to find or search for a branch that might look like it would fit.
As Locker is helping you, but she's not here, we'll investigation check with advantage.
Are you
You did say
sure?
That
you
is a
unlocked
19 investigation.
It's pretty easy.
That is 21.
Was it 21?
Probably.
You go
Yeah.
out into the woods. You find
Doesn't never
easily enough as they
No.
are lifting and inspecting,
I can
finding
shove a
more
javelin in
damages. A part of the tree that has been broken and started
No, it's
dying.
too hollow.
And Locke usually breaks off one of the thicker branches at the base of where it was attached to the tree. It's thicker and then it slims down a little bit. With a little bit of carving, this would be a very well replacement for temporary for this wheel.
Alright. Well, I asked Locket to do the carving and fixing. In the meantime, I'm going to be using my perfect, beautiful green paint to paint this wheel green.
Sure.
I want to have one green wheel for no reason.
Do we see this?
First of all, roll a dexterity check for
That's
Locket,
right,
adding
yeah.
a proficiency bonus. Her dexterity is a +5 with a +2 from her proficiency bonus.
Plus-
Oh no, she's not proficient with woodcarving tools, so
Okay.
no.
So
This would just
That's
be a straight dexterity check for her.
Ned, he's painting.
that is a
Spinning green.
23, 22, 22.
23. As you are painting this wheel, a few minutes, about 30 minutes later, she comes back out with something that slightly reminisces this spoke and might be able to be reattached. As you take this wheel, you take off the spoke that you are going to be replacing, take out one of the screws that was holding it in place on one side, and on the other side you can easily take it down as it's broken already. You start painting this. Halfway through, you notice that you've completely ran out of paint. This wheel has perfectly been painted green on one side, yet it fades back into its wooden texture on one with a missing spoke.
But
Close
why?
enough.
Why did you
Yes,
do this?
but you note that you ran out of green paint.
Alright, I'm just. I remember that we're at a cliffside, so I just. Oh, that's useless. And I just
You know,
toss not the brush, only the can.
Yeah.
Alpha.
Interesting. Watch it.
Well, I do
Can-
appreciate your arts and craft project. You know, I'm still holding this thing.
You
If
want help?
If you mind, stop painting and just give the wheel.
I don't know how long you were under it.
Well, first of all, I'm starting. The moment I'm there, alright, I got me hammer. So anyone got a hatchet or something I can actually work with wood?
I have.
And can anyone bring me some wood and some rope maybe?
I have a
I'm
dagger.
gonna do improvise.
I'll
work
do
on
that.
this.
I have a dagger you can maybe use for some carving-ish like thing.
Yeah, I mean, it could
And
definitely work.
Okay, well,
The dagger could work.
yeah, and I'm not completely sure if I have rope. I have fish line,
Well, I mean,
but you probably don't want to use that.
I've got a javelin, but
I'm gonna check if I have
You
rope.
have a dagger as well as a hammer. You said.
I have a hammer.
Very well.
Yep.
you want to try using a javelin?
If I was just
Shove
trying to
it there.
shove a large
Can I use the?
spear-like.
Can I use the handle of that? Can I break the javelin?
Well, I mean, I've lost.
Locket hands you the somewhat shaped spoke that she had made as you are trying to go ahead and fix this wheel.
Yeah. All right.
So you have you have a temporary. Spoke.
No one has a hatchet, by the way.
No, can we montage this?
Nobody has that.
All right. So we're gonna have to do some improvise.
Go ahead, tell me.
Do you
What's,
still need
what's
some
your
rope?
improvisation? I want to see what you're doing. And
All right. I
according
want
to
to
that, I'll
sort
send
of know
these.
the exact. Like, is the beam in between the wheels, is that broken?
Yes, you have that's the spoke. You have the center of the wheel, which is a thick wooden
How is it attached?
cylinder.
How is it attached? For basic, just for basic.
It has screws on both sides, which hold it in place.
Wait, this thing is screwed, so it.
Yes.
How could it turn? Is that
Because
like-
it from the outside of the wheel, it goes
Mhm.
inward into the spoke. That's what it holds it in place. On the inside, it's just a bunch of screws being pushed in one side. Doesn't bother the cart too much.
I was thinking maybe this javelin can replace the broken parts.
You mean replace the broken spoke?
Yeah.
Well, Lockett hands you the carved spoke that they were searching for.
You know,
So you have a better replacement than possibly a javelin
Alright.
would be.
guys, I just thought of something. We stopped looking for the horse so we could save time to get to the city earlier.
Yeah,
and
so
now
you
we're
can-
fixing a cart.
Yeah,
So
but
we
the
can
cart
take
might
these
be useful.
barrels. I mean, these gotta be worth some gold.
You've only been here about 30 minutes.
I'm gonna do my best with the tools I have to attach that spoke
Very well.
and attach the wheel back to its.
What tools are you proficient with?
I am not proficient with any tools, so this is complete improvisation.
In that, I would say, roll a straight. Just roll d20.
That's always a great sign.
There's no modifiers to this.
16.
16.
Yeah.
After about 15 to 30 minutes more, you manage to, after taking it out, carving it up, but to reshape it so it actually fits properly, you manage to fit it in between. It looks different from most of the wheel, as half of it is green, and the other part is still brown, and then this very obviously uncarved or unnicely carved spoke in between. What would function? Probably not for the longest of times, but to get somewhere.
I wanna like pull the cart and test it with myself a little, see if it actually turns, and I just be like,
As you just
I grab his
roll it around, try and see if it actually still works. If you put it down from the crossbow, you push the cart and back. This wheel's a little harder to turn, but it seems to work fine.
alright, let's attach the horses, get the barrels on, and
Oh,
move.
fine. I'll just
Well-
grab the crowbar.
Can I get the crowbar back? Small crowbar.
Fine.
You hand the crowbar back. You want
Well, he is doing the last repair stuff.
Yes.
I am going to take a look at the thing that I saw on the back of the horse, if I can still see some of that.
Sure.
Oh,
roll
wait
survival
a
check.
second.
Survival check, I'm sure.
What you looking at?
Well,
you
that's
are
not
still
too big.
holding up the cart.
That's not too
That
great.
you put down.
9.
9.
Can I put it down?
The tracks that you saw earlier seem to someone have dissipated in the struggle that's been right here with the peritons coming around, the car falling down. Don't manage to find it here. Might not mean that they're not here, it just rolled very low. 9. You try to attach the as there's no rigging system to either the horses nor the cart. How are you gonna solve this problem?
Wait, who kept the horse?
There's no rigging system.
There's no rigging system.
Can't we use the
Yeah,
rope?
there's the cart is. I have the cart.
Grab that card.
I have
Very basic card.
Where's the cart? It's a
I
very
still have
basic
some
cart.
rope
It
you
was
could
the one that
use.
was on the battle map last time. I don't know where I put it.
Oh, so you come with that now. Alright.
I told you that before, but you just
Okay.
continue.
It's
Okay.
literally the one from the battle map last
We're
time.
gonna use the rope.
I hate that I don't know where it is.
I've seen it. I know what it is.
Yes, it's just
It's very
just
basic
a U shape with 2 wheels
Two
and
prongs.
2
Yeah.
2 pillars.
Yeah, 2 wooden.
Yes.
So,
To hold it and move it.
Yes. Could be for a person that's wide or for a horse.
so
But no
Alpha,
rigging system. Whatever horse was dragging this,
you hold
No.
this.
goes with it.
We're gonna I'm gonna start attaching this to the horse and see if I can rope this to the
Sure.
saddle.
That's
If I must,
That's
I will make some improvised holes in the saddle and
In the saddle, I
In
was
the saddle,
wondering where
sure.
those
gun
guns.
the horse.
I would say, as this is doable, to attach this to the horse, yet you would have to keep the horse still while doing this. As you are actually the one performing the attaching to it, who would like to help?
I
will.
You would want Lockett to help you
Yeah.
calm down the...
Yes.
Now, I'm not sure what her wisdom is. Can somebody check for me there? There you go.
13.
It's a 13. In that case,
It's definitely better.
Dylan, I'd like for you to roll a
Yeah.
d20, adding a +1 for animal handling.
And that is a 7.
As she tries to help you with the horses multiple times, taking about an hour for this to complete with carving the holes and attaching the rope, you manage to finally calm down the horse, attach your car to a moment that you're pretty sure it wouldn't rip the saddle up. as well as it being attached semi-okay. It just takes you a long time.
Can I look around if I see something? Just keep guard.
Sure. Roll perception check.
Yes, I'm great at those.
Oh.
You've been rolling pretty decent on your perception checks compared to most people here, even with your negative modifier.
Yeah, that's 14.
14?
Yeah.
As you look around, there doesn't seem to be a lot of travel on this road. Currently, so you don't see any horses coming or going. Also, the threat of the Paratons has completely faded, you're 100% sure. In the time that they are attaching the car to a horse, nothing happens.
Could have found the other horse.
Yeah,
we
now
could
we got
easily
a
done
card.
that.
As you guys have a cart attached to one of the horses.
Barrels.
Put the barrels on.
Yeah.
You close the hatches.
The lids of the
I
barrels.
tried to, get the barrel top I sliced off,
Yes.
fit nicely.
You more like crowbarred it off.
No. I sliced it with
I'm
my
not sure if you carved through the
He
wood.
sliced it, the other one used
If-
crowbar.
If that's the case, sure, you put it back.
I'm trying to, goddamn it, stay!
As
It's
you
in
are
the
trying,
card, it's alright.
yes.
Fine. It's just.
As you take off with the horses in the cart,
Yeah.
you're
You got
Just-
some extra rope.
Not the barrel, right?
no.
The
top.
The top of the barrel. That's alright.
Stop the car, stop the car!
Yeah, I
Well,
assume you tied the barrels down to the cart.
Yes,
Yeah, I mean-
Alpha, lock it. You sit in the cart.
I'm gonna sit in the car, please.
The moment that we were there, I probably took, hear them shake on the right way. We probably should attach these.
No, it's probably a bit more comfortable than on the back of these horses. If you want to sit in the cart.
You see the
There's
horse.
not a lot of room in the car.
There's no space in the cart for a human. You
Can
can
I
barely sit on the back.
Yeah.
If that's what you're looking for.
This horse already pulling through
Yes.
people. Please don't
You,
do
you
that.
can you can already see that this horse is stringing along a lot more than its partner.
Yeah, but no, it's sitting on his back. Wait, those two horses on. It's just one horse.
It's
carrying
just
it.
one horse.
Oh, the poor thing.
Another thing that I recommend is I'm saying, lock it and
Laat maar zeggen.
Lock it in.
what's your name?
We've been in the...
I'm very bad with his
Alpha.
name,
It's
right?
Just for a reminder, you guys
That's
have
a
known each
weird
other
name,
less than a
alright?
week.
What?
You guys
No,
have known each
because
other a
of
bit
the
less than
mega.
a week.
Yeah, that's...
So this
It's just
Wait.
a step ahead of beta. You should know these things.
What? Okay, I don't see him as an alpha. Alright, the thing is,
Oh, well,
I think
that's-
you two should go on the cart horse because you're a little wider than us.
I'm a little wider than you.
lighter.
Lighter.
Yeah. You
Am I though?
Yes, you are visibly smaller in every proportion.
I
to
think I'm taller than him.
these other two.
I think I'm...
You might be
I'm
taller, but the hobgoblin, as well as this guy, are a lot buffer than you.
I have actually
I'm
put
sorry.
down my weight. What's your weight? Oh wait, I'm really light.
You
Never
know,
mind.
Not everyone can have guns.
First of all, I'm wearing chainmail.
Yeah, both of them
Second of
are
all,
wearing chainmail.
I'm over 2 meters tall.
Change your height, you wangsty.
No,
I'm
so-
over 100 kilograms easily.
He's a heavy boy.
I'll sit in the back.
And I also have like a beer belly. Like I'm not the fittest guy.
Okay, in that case, I'll do the driving from now on, and like it's probably gonna sit in the back.
Sure. Wait, you drive one of the horses,
The one in the cart, because that's what he wanted.
so you guys are doubling up in the other horse.
Yeah.
Both horses are struggling equally. As you guys move
Exactly.
forward. Alright. Who's sitting in front?
Dips. Shotgun.
In that case, Virus, I'd like for you as well as Alpha to roll a perception check for me.
My horses I'm driving.
I'm just sitting
You
on.
can also roll a survival check if you choose to.
We're
For
switching.
survival, I'm gonna go for perception.
That's a 6, right?
On second thought,
Oh boy.
that
Doing
is.
13.
13.
I do have proficiency with land vehicles. Does that count? Does
You-
a horse count as a land vehicle?
You,
You roll
no,
for
no, the
perception.
horse doesn't count. The cart does. As you are visibly easier able to ride this horse than he is able to ride the cart, you most of the time have to wait up for him to catch up again and drive.
Wait, we were rolling perception
Are
check,
you-
right?
Yes. Are you proficient with land vehicles? You guys are traveling at a slower pace as he's not proficient with it.
It depends. Is this land vehicle a martial weapon?
No.
Then no.
No.
I want to try that.
But you are traveling at a slower pace as you notice every time you get ahead. What was your perception check that you rolled? That I asked you for? A 4. That's with your modifier.
Total.
Total.
Yeah.
Very well. And you had an.
I have a 13.
Nothing
You-
wrong here.
As you are looking out
I
on
can't
the
see
road
it.
ahead of you, you don't. You are mostly looking back in disappointment as Alpha is struggling to keep up with you. Yet you are paying more attention. You look around. You see in the entire road ahead of you, you follow the cliff a little more before you go down into the forest again.
God damn it, Alpha, it's not that
Um,
hard to drive a cart.
Ahead of you, there doesn't seem to be any traffic coming your way. Although when you were atop the cliff, you could see in the far distance there was between the canopy of the trees. You could see that there is a split further ahead of you, about an hour or two more travel. Something similar to a road or such.
Okay. Well, I tell them about that.
You see me, by the way, like I'm sitting with my back to his back with a crossbow ready
Sure.
on the horse.
What are you readying for?
For any potential threat. So
Make
holding my attack this entire range.
Sure.
Make a backwards.
And I'm looking you straight in the eyes like just sitting there.
Sure, roll a perception check to see if you see anything shifty.
He's a crossbow rider.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, he
Yes. 10.
You are staring so intensely into Alpha's eyes that you don't notice anything.
I just
I'm
imagine
just
that
trying-
I'm just sitting there, you're
He's
just moving.
trying-
I'm doing this.
I'm just. I'm sort of looking around because I was actually paying attention. At some point, I catch him staring in my eyes.
So does that
Just
mean
as soon
he's
as he did-
frightened or he is charmed?
No, neither. Alright. In that case, you
I
guys
just
continue.
point before we do that. As soon as he just does like the thing, I just point at him and I cast message, whispering, "Fuck off."
You hear it. Sure. You hear as if he was right next to you, a whisper in your ear head.
So
You
you're
hear
confused.
"fuck off"
But I know the voice and I'm like,
as you are about like 20 feet apart from each other.
Okay.
You guys continue. Eventually, after 2 more hours of travel, it's starting to become dusk. You arrive at this split that you saw in the forest before. It's not a road. It is a heavy streaming river. As it's about 500 feet ahead of you. You already hear the water rushing and drips.
Ah, fuck.
All of you hear this except for Tharis. You hear more from your chainmail.
In particular.
am I chainmail?
Yes, but your passive perception is high enough to hear the rushing water.
This is mildly disappointing.
Tharis has an 8.
Boy, the sky is sure up high today.
It's all
You keep continuing to the river at the same pace that you were going at.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, I'm stopping at the edge of the river.
Yes,
I'm just saying
Yeah,
because
there's other stuff at the river than just the river.
Oh,
As
boy.
the road continues, you see that there is a bridge, a wooden bridge that has a large explosion in the middle. The bridge itself is about 30 feet wide to make it easy enough for 2 cars to be able to pass. You see, the first thing you notice as you are arriving about 100 feet closer, that the middle is completely gone, as the sides and some of it are still there to hold the entire thing in place. It isn't caved in any way, but there is a hole for about 30 feet wide almost, reaching both edges. You see scorch marks on it, as well as you see guards. Oh, that's great. Can somebody turn off my phone? You see, yes, you see 2 guards on either side of the bridge, currently laying down in a "I am dead" fashion.
And I still do
You
not.
just
Now we're gonna have a problem.
absolute.
No, I was giving it to you because it only.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Anyways,
They're gonna call it
in about 10 minutes.
The guards are laying there, one on this side, one on the other side of the bridge, as well as the large squirt hole. There is no way that your cart would be able to pass in this state of the bridge.
I got a compass. Let's go. Let's move on.
I still don't notice this.
The horses, you notice at this point, as you reach the riverbank, you know there's a river ahead of time that. But you also see that the bridge has been broken down.
Toy Story
it would
meme.
would barely be wide enough for a horse to pass still on either side of the burned hole. Although you're not sure if it would be able to support its weight, there's no way you're able to get the cart across without any type of fixing.
Alright, I might have an idea how we can do this. Because we're not gonna lose this cart after what we fucking did.
Yeah,
for it.
that's a good idea.
How about we detach the horse from the cart, get the horse to the other side, and then we set Locket on top of the cart, push it in the water, and she can use it as a raft.
Terrible
That sounds
idea.
like a terrible
I'm
idea.
not gonna put that
No.
card in the water. I'm
I'm
not
not
gonna
do that.
We can just try and carry it over. Right? You and me, we carry it so it doesn't have to.
Yeah,
As the water is rushing past.
Let me test some things. So I grab my javelin. Those are pretty long, right?
They're about 5 feet.
And I start reaching into the water, seeing about how deep it is.
As you poke into the edge, you easily enough find a riverbank. Yes, the river itself is about almost 60 feet, or I don't know how long that is in meters, but I think it's like 20 meters-ish long.
I grab and toss it about in the middle to see how
Sure,
deep
roll
it
an
goes.
attack to see how accurate you are.
That's
Using your
pretty
javelin.
accurate.
Using your javelin.
Yes, that's 23.
23. You throw it into the middle of the river. As the water rushes past, the javelin. It's completely
Let's not
gone.
try to carry that.
You lose the javelin.
Why not? What's the what could potentially go wrong? Right?
You-
We'll just carry it over.
You
the pond.
guys can drown.
I can swim. I've done
What
that
the
before.
fuck are you doing?
I've got no javelins anymore.
As he
You
just threw
absolute.
his last javelin into the river.
I can buy new ones. It's fine.
Well,
Alright,
what if
well.
we take off our armor, right, and then we start carrying it? It would be a lot easier, and then the river won't be as bad.
Let's just
It's
first.
still gonna be pretty fucking bad, dude.
The javelin is about 5 feet, and as he arcs it almost perfectly into the middle, the javelin completely vanished under the.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how deep it is. The thing's fucking
Sure.
scorching through it. If you get in there, you'll get pulled with it. Doesn't matter.
Alright.
Yeah, you rush
Another
this.
idea how we can get the horses with the cart on the other side. How
Oh.
about we build a bridge?
I'm not gonna build a bridge.
How far is it? Like how
30 feet.
30 feet.
It's a circular shape, yet the hole in the middle is about 30 feet.
And I'll be
The
right
hole
back.
in the middle is 30 feet. Oh well, we can make a bridge over 30 feet.
No, we're not gonna make a bridge. It's gonna take too much time. We're gonna carry it. Me and Tyrus. Yes. We're gonna carry it over there.
No.
Yes. We're
That's
gonna do that.
That's not a good idea.
We're gonna just have to test if it's gonna break under our weight, and if it doesn't, we can do that.
You're
wanna
talking
carry
about,
it
you're
over
talking
the
about
bridge.
carrying the.
The barrel cart.
Sure.
Just
you're-
that.
Yes.
So we don't have
It
to
is
roll it.
less than 5 feet wide on either edge of
Yeah.
the
You just
explosion.
drive it
room.
and you just pull it like that. We just
You can try, yet the cart is way too wide. You would not. It would. Oh, you would turn it. Sure.
there's ways.
There's ways.
There's a way, there's a
I give
way.
you that. That would be an option. Yes. Sure.
I think
We are
we should
doing this?
try.
As you guys are having this conversation, you hear, as you look over and you see Lockett going through all the pockets that the guard had left.
Wait, there's a guard.
There's two
There's
guards,
two
like
guards.
on either side of the river.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to
alright.
ask. Are they dead?
They haven't moved as Lockett turned them around.
yeah,
I'm not sure if they're
probably
dead.
dead.
Lockett's just going through the pockets and taking
I
out
go
some
over.
coins and moving
I go
away.
over to them and test if they are still conscious.
Sure. Roll medicine check.
It says she does this stealth. Jeez. Wouldn't she do that stealth?
That
This
is
one?
16.
No.
Alright, then we do the classical pull it away. Alright, we're gonna give that back.
Give what's back?
What have you found?
Nothing.
Come on, we can.
Do I hear her say that?
You were checking the guard?
I was.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Magical portal.
That's a door.
Magical door.
Okay. Well, I want to sort of basically I want to insight check that.
Sure. Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Minus.
Wait, no, it's deception what I'm good at. Yeah, insight. This is not gonna be anything. That is a 16.
She, as of yet, hasn't found anything on the body yet.
I'm gonna start searching with her. I'm gonna be
With her?
real
Sure.
close on the eye.
She, as you pulled her away, she stopped searching.
Alright, I'm gonna search the body.
Sure. Roll an investigation check.
I was also checking its conscious. I'm like shaking.
Your medicine
Wait.
check.
Yeah, I did it like.
What was it?
Yeah.
Either 14 or 16. It was high.
It's dead.
Where are the guards?
There's. Where's this guard?
I can do this
You
with
don't
my
manage to
eyes
find
closed.
any. You don't manage to find any pockets that this guard would have any stuff in. So it's
just
logical
touching his
for Locker to not have found anything yet.
You're just touching the face.
If I look at him, like he probably it's
He
a
died.
guard. Yes, I understand. Does he have like weapons or armor that might be interesting?
He has. He is wearing a version of chainmail pressed with the, as well as wearing a tabard of the with the logo of the Enduring Empire. The Enduring Empire.
Chainmail. What type of armor is that?
It's heavy armor.
I'm gonna steal
darn it. Wasn't sure if it was heavy or
No,
medium.
we're gonna take his tablet so we can notify 2 guards of dying.
Yes, I'm taking it.
I'm not proficient with
Exactly.
heavy or
Exactly.
medium.
You're not gonna steal it.
That's well.
These are guards, they're protecting us, alright?
Yes, I'm taking it.
But what, wait, you said armor. What about weapons?
Both of them were
You never
carrying
know.
spears.
Well, they would make great blankets.
Yes. Blankets. That's what they'll use them for.
You can see them laying on the other side of the river. You can't.
I
No,
I
What
grab
would
one
it
of
be
the
for?
spears.
Sure.
I
One
break
second.
it. I break it so it's a bit shorter.
Sure, roll an
And then-
athletics check. As you were trying to break a spear that has been made for combat.
Yeah. Alex, you said.
Athletics.
That's. No, never mind. That's an 8.
You and your upper leg, which is just above the knee, just hurts a lot.
Alpha, you okay?
You guys were having a conversation.
Alright. You either whining?
Next. Next. Okay.
Alright.
whining.
Yeah, I thought I heard something. In any case.
Are you gonna help me carrying this? Are you gonna help me carry this thing or what?
This card?
Yeah.
No!
Are you need?
You're.
What do you want to do?
I think you have to explain your plan a little more clearly.
Yes!
Alright, first we take the barrels, we carry them over, right?
Yes.
Then the cart's empty.
Why don't
We
we
do
just,
one of these, right?
why don't we just start with the horses?
Yeah, okay, well,
Those things can swim.
I'm slow, but we're not gonna let the horses swim.
Why not?
You can join.
You just saw how deep it was.
Yeah? So we just want to
You
go.
want to put the
wait.
horses in there in that river that's flowing?
You're saying you want to walk through the river with equipment that's pretty, you
I'm
know.
gonna walk over a bridge.
We have a bridge.
His passive perception is so low that he hasn't noticed the entire bridge, 30 feet wide, 60 feet long,
We have a bridge.
ahead of him.
Yeah. I just grabbed his head like.
There's just a hole in it.
There is a large
not.
bridge, a wooden bridge across with a large 30 feet
Well, why didn't you say that
in
to
it
begin
with
with?
scorch marks and dead guards on the side. You guys there's less than 5 feet on either side of the bridge that's still holding it together, and that would be passable.
Well, if I knew there was a bridge.
Just prove my point. To prove my point that you have tunnel vision.
You've
There's a
seen the-
bridge, and I'm gonna need your help. To
Well,
get
why didn't
there.
you start with that?
The way you have seen the bridge.
I was hoping you'd see the bridge. I was
It's
hoping.
a bridge. It's not like a small bridge. It's a pretty fucking big bridge.
This is why it's important to listen to what I'm saying.
No.
Oh no!
Why is it still going? No, it's behind. God damn it! It's behind. God, I tried to warn you. Fucking God! Why is it? It's all the way in the corner. Why is this a thing?
This is
Why did you turn it off? What is wrong with you? Stop it! Shut your mouth! God,
Don't-
we're supposed to be professionals.
Don't put this on me, DM.
Just what did you do? It's just it says drag here to end.
It's
They do that.
Tap to put it on
As
hold.
you didn't notice the
It
bridge.
said 10 minutes until the next one.
What can you actually do?
Alright, so
I just wanna. This is just skills.
anyways, there's this bridge, right?
Yeah, right? So now we're finally established. There's a bridge, and we're gonna carry over. There's a big hole in the bridge. I'm not, not sure if you know that one.
There's a hole in the bridge?
There's a hole in the bridge.
There's a hole in the bridge.
Okay.
And the carts are gonna be able to pass
My dear
over
lady.
it.
Yes.
But if we tilt it and carry, we might just... Yeah? Is it getting there?
Fine. I just grab one of the barrels.
Sure, you grab one of the barrels.
Oh, I'm like...
You kind of have to like walk it for easy lifting. If you actually have to lift it, it's gonna be heavy.
I'm just gonna put my hand on the card and look at what's gonna happen.
Sure, in that
I
case,
see Thyra's
What were you
barrel.
doing while they were having this?
While they were doing that, I'm just trying to break that spear. Because I want to have it like from the tip to where I'm breaking it 5 feet. So
And it's already 5 feet.
It is 5 feet.
Yes, yes.
I didn't know
Just
how
have
long
you
a
reach.
spear. I thought spears had
You
reach.
said a javelin was 5 feet.
The
Yeah.
javelin is also 5 feet long.
That was
The javelin is made for throwing, yet a spear is made for stabbing, but it could also technically be thrown.
because that
If
was
you're
what
going
I've
to be
been trying
stabbing
to
with
do.
a javelin, you might bend the point, as it's one of those Roman spears with a long
Oh,
nail.
this ones that go like
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
What I've been trying
That's
to
a
do
joke.
was I thought it was longer. I was been trying to break it to give to you so you could have an improvised-ish javelin, so that at least you had something. But
Anyways.
apparently it is 5 feet, so I just go up to him
You-
with it.
And
Apparently it is long enough. And somewhat.
He is currently doing this.
as you walk over to him, like, oh wait, it's already the
But
length of the
since
javelin.
I'm not breaking it anymore, this
No.
was during their conversation.
You
You know,
are lifting the barrel.
just put it
Roll
in
an
my
athletics check to see if you're even able to roll this barrel.
14.
14.
Alright, I'm helping him.
That's the best you can do.
Alright,
Sure.
I'm
roll
going
an
on the
athletics
other
check
side.
yourself.
I'm helping him.
Yes.
Like, we gotta carry this together.
Well, he already rolled and rolled shittily.
Alright, well, it's athletics, right?
Yes.
So that should be 10.
With your help, both you manage to lift up this barrel easily enough to be able to move, to be moved.
Well, it wasn't so hard.
Yeah. And we start moving across the part carefully.
Sure.
Escan.
As you guys are both going across the bridge, trying to be very careful, I would say roll a stealth check.
Still check.
It would be dexterity, but as
By
you're
the
walking
way,
carefully,
like I
same
said-
like stealth, you don't have disadvantage on this check as you're not trying to be quiet.
Oh, and not only that, I take off my armor before I start carrying this stuff
Yes.
over.
In case you.
in my
you-
plan,
you
I
said
already
that,
put
yes.
that. But just to clarify.
No, that's fine.
Weight's gonna be an important.
You didn't do this yet, so you are wearing your armor. A stealth check, so you might be proficient in walking carefully. Not necessarily quiet in this case, but
5. Well,
What is yours?
Do I get a plus on that? Wait,
stealth,
don't I get with
which is
no,
dexterity.
No, no. Wait, yeah, that's 17.
17. You had it? 5.
5.
So I don't have to roll with disadvantage because
Nope.
okay, that's great.
In that case,
You know, double checking.
as you guys are carefully walking across, at one point your foot, Ned, slips as you fall backwards. You hit the. You basically will go into a sit on the side of the of this river. One of your feet almost hitting the ground, yet you're trying to hold up this this barrel. As you're holding it on the other side, you hear a boom as the barrel just goes downwards. And you both need to roll athletics check to see if you can hold on to the barrel. You didn't fall into
We're
the water.
strong, man.
Strong man.
No, the natural 20.
I saw it was a natural 20. Don't worry.
You deserve.
Now it's a 4.
Yes, that's 10.
A 10 glory and a natural 20.
I am so sorry.
Basically, what happens at this point, you fall down. You almost get all this weight of this barrel on top of you. You lift it and you push it over yourself onto the bridge on the other side. And some of the soot roll out of the barrel itself. Yet it is on the other side. One of your feet is hanging down this hole as Thyrus, you just all the weight just gets taken out of your hands. As you are holding this, you feel it move the other direction. If you were holding on to it, you would fall into the river. So you let go as it flies another 5 feet to
Basically dwarf.
gracefully roll on the deck of the bridge.
What are you doing?
As he's sitting.
I got the barrel on the other side, didn't I? Right, you gotta give me... Oh, come on, you gotta give it, right? That was a great toss.
Well,
Next
me a
barrel.
warning next time.
I pull my...
Is there anything you'd like to do in this?
I'm
game?
just sitting at the edge of the river like,
stand up.
Both you and Lockett are in the same position.
Trying to help you up.
And
pull off.
you get up onto the bridge. You grab the next barrel.
Warning
Yeah.
next time.
Barrel.
You go up front.
In that case, both of you once more roll the athletics check if you can hold on to this barrel.
15.
15?
13.
13. With the help of both of you, you manage to lift the barrel. This one seems to be heavier than the other one, as this is the one that does have the top on it. The other one isn't closed off, and that's why some of the silks fell out.
You know, I was just thinking, there's
You-
silk in this cloth.
Yes,
Is it that heavy?
it's pretty heavy. Yes, as it's a lot of layers stacked on top of each
Oh,
other.
right.
The barrel's about this high, about like 4 feet high.
Yeah, okay.
And
It's
it's
a
a barrel.
large barrel, and it's made out of wood with a steel construction around it to hold it all together.
Right.
Yes, it's heavy.
It's not light.
In that case,
It's thin.
once more, both of you make stealth check as you're trying to carefully walk your way across.
That's better.
18.
18, 14.
Very crazy.
This time, knowing the danger of the one slippery piece of wood, both of you manage to go across, get around the other barrel, and put it down gracefully.
So you just want to go, you know.
Not with the card. No, we're not gonna throw the card. We're gonna put it on the side, right?
Yeah.
And then just do the same we did with the barrels, but then with the card.
You know, you just slipping, falling, and magically tossing it to the side.
I'm gonna toss the card if we have to.
Let's see if you can toss a cart. A cart is heavier.
Yeah, that's
Then a barrel.
That sounds
Well, let's do it. We're just gonna do it. It's gonna go great. And
Are you helping in any way?
all of you have
Assisting in any, you have a buttload of cantrips, I know. Is there anything
I know.
you can use?
There isn't really enough room for me to help them, right?
Before.
Well, there would not be room for you to actually lift there.
However, I can do the most useless fucking thing ever to help you guys. I am going to search a specific spell because I want to know if I can actually do this.
Cast guidance.
I'm pretty sure. No, you're talking about mage hand, right?
I'm talking about Mage Hand, which
You
can only
are able to-
carry 10 pounds,
You're
which
able
is
to lift
absolutely
it for another 10
worthless,
pounds.
which is absolutely worthless.
It is something.
You know.
Yes, but it has to stay within 30 feet of me.
So that means that you would have to
I
stand on
just
the
stand
edge
under-
of the bridge
Yeah.
to be able to carry it all the way across.
Okay, in that case, I'll help them with my amazing 10-pound help.
And I'll, you know, Ned, honestly, we're gonna have a miracle. Just the two of us carrying this thing to the side. So I'm gonna cast Bless on us.
Both of you are blessed currently. You can add a d4 to any ability check or saving throw that you have. That's an attack roll, actually.
You can only cast it on one person.
No, you can cast it on multiple people.
Alright, great. So
I don't know
minus
if you just
one.
did, but I'm feeling more confident.
Yes, you're feeling a little bit more confident.
You
The-
feel hashtag blessed.
This is about a minute,
Go.
so you gotta
That's
gotta
right.
hurry the fuck up.
Alright, put the card.
I assume you already took it off the horse.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'd have to recast.
Yeah,
Bless.
no,
I
of
will be
course.
nice. You flip the cart. You didn't take off the wheels, right? I assume. So you start going across with it. Both of you roll athletics checks.
With?
with a lower DC and a D4 added.
yes.
Oh no!
Why?
because of my name.
No,
you do
The DC was lowered just a little bit.
That's not
But
low
that,
enough.
With like 1 point, wasn't it?
We'll see. What did you roll?
16.
16.
Critical failure.
A critical failure, even with your bless.
Plus
That's not going to happen.
2.
You,
Fuck,
as
my
you
God
guys
hates
go
me.
across,
Can we put it up even?
you go from the widest part of the scorched hole to a thinner part. As you get to the other side, you as you're dragging this, you're not necessarily lifting this. You're not lifting this. You try to. Monsmark, try to carefully work your way around the hole. It's basically dragging on one side. As you don't manage to find any good grip to hold it onto. Roll a stealth check. You with disadvantage. As you are frantically trying to hold on to this cart.
Can I roll a disadvantage?
You are still blessed. You are still blessed.
Blessed. Ooh,
It is something. Hey, you're still blessed, so hey.
That will be a 9.
A 9.
9.
9. As you guys are going across carefully, you hear "Ah!" as the whole cart and scatters into the river below. Do you try to hold on to it?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm gonna hold on to the bridge in the cart and
Sure.
do that motion.
Roll an athletics check. As you hold on to the cart, as it's falling down, roll a Constitution save for me, please, to see if you are blessed still.
Oh.
No.
No. As
Well, I mean, actually,
you're no longer blessed.
That's 8. That's
You-
8.
You do fall down into the water. You do take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you completely smash through the few feet of water that's there with your full plate armor. This cart, as you're trying to hold it up with your athletics check,
Oh no.
it slips out of your hand. Atop you, the cart smashes before you. Both of you start slowly flowing down the river.
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Get the card!
What's
Get
your
the card!
What's your constitution?
What I rolled for Constitution?
Yes. What is your constitution?
Oh, that's 14.
40. And that means you were able to hold your breath for 2 minutes as you're laying fully decked out with chainmail
Yeah.
at the bottom of a river. It's heavy.
do I have the spear he gave me?
The spear, yes.
Yeah, can I use that to kind of like pedal myself forward underwater?
You are currently laying on your back.
Oh, I'm on
the,
my back.
On the bottom of the river. As you fell down, the cart smashing atop of you, and then
Oh, so
slowly-
I'm stuck.
No, the cart slowly went down and started kind of floating away as a.
Oh, wait, I'm pretty heavy. Well, I start walking.
You would have to try to get up.
Can I do that?
Sure. You get up. You're both barely standing above the water. Roll an athletics check to see if you can stay in place. What are both of you doing? As you see Thyrus fall down, you see this. You just feel the cart suddenly slip out of your grasp. No longer seeing Thyrus on the other side. You see him actually fall and have the cart smash atop of him.
How far is he? Is he like close to one of the water's edges? Or is he like in the center?
He is in the center of
the... How far above the water is the bridge?
The bridge is about 10 feet above the water.
No,
Which is
I'm not gonna
bludgeoning
reach that with my
damage
quarter
you
staff
do.
either.
That's a pretty
You know,
nasty
okay.
fall.
Yes.
If this makes you feel any better, if I was in your situation, I had the spell to escape.
What was your athletics check?
That's them 6 is 16.
16. You see slowly coughing up a little bit of blood as it smashed into your lungs, pressing it down. You see the blood going through your up out of your lungs through your mouth. As your head barely emerges with some of your shoulder above the water, as you're holding yourself in place using the spear as well,
Doesn't.
as you're not getting scared away with the river.
Alright.
The cart itself is moving on. What are you doing?
Great
idea,
man.
damn
it! Great idea.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to reach that either. This is such a bad idea. I'm gonna take you. I'm gonna take myself with you. I'm gonna. What side of the bridge is he on? Is he
He's
flow away?
slab dab in the middle as he fell into the middle of on the left. I assume the left side of the bridge they tried to pass. He fell and started going downstream after the cart smashed the top of it.
Downstream is downstream from right to left, or
From right to left. And from
right
left
to
side
left.
to
So
right.
he's floating away from the bridge.
Yes.
Then there's nothing I can do anymore.
No, the
idea
cart
was
is
this?
floating away. He
Yeah.
manages to hold himself in place.
I don't
with
care
his
about. I
spear.
don't care about him. I care about the cart. No.
Sure, the cart as the cart is floating away.
No. No.
What do you do?
Oh damn! That's
That's just.
that's
so
real.
sad.
that
That
sucks.
sucks.
Right,
Yeah.
Forest.
Roll another athletics check as you are still standing, holding yourself against this river, the current smashing into your back. And so you still manage to hold yourself up in the same position. You're not able to walk in any direction. As if you would lift one of your feet, you would immediately fall over and be swept away by the
I knew this was a stupid
Hypothetically, if I would hang from the bridge and reach out my quarterstaff, would you be able to reach that?
You
Or
can
is it just?
certainly try.
I can certainly try.
Don't you?
I'm gonna take you with me. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm
Sure.
gonna run up there.
You were already standing on the edge as you were trying to help with your mage hand, which I assume has dissipated.
Just
You-
throw a rope.
Are you heavier than 10 pounds? Yes?
No.
I'm not gonna be able to
As
do that.
you go onto a knee, laying on your stomach, as you are hanging and trying to reach for him, your quarterstaff is about a little shorter than you. What's your size?
I am 6'1".
6'1". In that case, you, with the extension of your quarterstaff, do not manage to reach him as he is 10 feet lower than you.
God damn it! Okay.
Anything you're doing?
Oh
You see,
man,
you
that
see
really
Alpha just
sucks.
smack down, hold out his quarterstaff, notice that it's not long enough to, and goes back onto the bridge. Well, that's happened.
Do I see Thyrus?
Yes, you see his head and barely his shoulders coming up as you see the spear point as he's holding himself into
How
the
far away?
middle. He's about 10 feet lower than you, about 5 feet to the side. He's on either side of.
Thyrus,
the hole.
take off your armor! Take off your armor, now you can swim!
You know that taking off your armor would take about 10 minutes.
You think I've got 10 minutes?
Wait.
Take off your armor, man!
I'll just pull out my sword and try, to stab it in front of me so I can kind of, like,
You
wiggle
can.
my
You
way
can.
forward.
Do you want to move into the? Actually, if you move.
No, I want to get out of it.
Oh, out of so you're going with the current.
I guess.
You can easily just let go and then get taken with the river. Although it's hard to steer yourself.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I'm just trying to get to shore.
You are standing in the middle of the river with
Yeah.
rushing water past you. There is it was 60 feet long, so there's about 30 feet that way and 30 feet that way, a shoreline. The only thing you're currently doing is holding yourself in place that you don't start tumbling forward, getting swept away with the river, as it is a heavy current.
I'm looking at how he's not taking my instructions seriously.
Alright,
Yes.
I
listen.
started taking the rope and I didn't.
We have rope!
Yes. All of you have rope. Every single fucking one of you has rope.
No, I
No.
don't. I don't have rope, but
Not
I take the
anymore.
rope
Yours,
from the car.
yours was on the cart on the horse.
There's
Oh,
cloth
yours was
in
on the
barrel.
cart.
There's
On the
cloth
horse.
in the barrel.
I
Just tie it together.
I don't have rope. I genuinely don't have rope.
You'd never had rope?
Yeah, so I take the rope that was on the horse.
Yes.
So
You take the rope.
and
you go
I throw
over.
it at him.
As you are moving quite a bit, what are you doing? And roll another
Because I don't want
check.
to. Since I can really help here, I'm gonna keep the horses still because I don't want them to run after me.
Very well, roll an animal handling check. You are
Yeah,
holding
fine.
yourself in place quite firmly right now.
You're
You would be able to do some stuff with your right hand if you do wish to do so. Your animal handling.
They're fucking done, dude. That was a 2.
A 2.
That's a 2.
As you run over horses, don't worry, it's fine. Some of the horses they start walking backwards. As you get back to it, one of them starts taking off.
How far away am I from the bridge?
From the bridge, it's about 10 feet up.
Yeah, but I mean,
You
are
don't
there
have
like
much
any
If I didn't
To
say
the
anything,
sides?
it
Yes.
wouldn't matter.
To here, no.
You did it.
Can
There
I, like-
isn't. There's no pillars.
There's
in
no
there.
pillars in.
No.
Oh, that's a problem. So you guys got any rope?
I just. This bridge is built higher up. That's why it's attached. It isn't going into the water.
I tie the top part of my rope to the bridge
Sure.
handle, and then I throw it to him.
You suddenly see a piece of rope fall through the hole that you fell through before, and it's hanging with the river, going up onto the bridge. That's where it's being held somehow.
Thank you.
You
And I-
hold on. Sure. Once more. Roll an athletics check or with advantage.
Can I try to pull myself up?
I'm helping.
Yeah. So with advantage.
That's 20.
With
Natural.
An unnatural plan. You manage to pull yourself, even with your armor soaking wet, with the help of Ned. You manage to find your way back onto the bridge. As you look over, one of the horses has darted off, as Alpha scared it away.
Good job, Alpha.
Did you just?
Locke is holding the other horse in place as it's trying to step back, seemingly from this dangerous entity, which is Alpha.
I can explain.
No.
Well,
Do we still have the
I-
other horse? Yeah.
You have one horse left at this
I'll
point,
meet you in
as
town.
one of them ran back.
wow.
And the cart has gone down.
We stuffed ourselves in quite
You have 2 barrels.
a devastating situation here.
I hate animals.
Well, why do you scare them off then?
Can I
It's
jump
not why.
onto the horse and ride off? Leave them.
Well, Locke is holding the horse.
Look, if you wanna look, Thar,
You're soaking wet, by the way.
if you wanna
Cold.
go the front and you wanna take this horse to the place, we'll take care of all this. That's all.
Yeah.
We'll meet you at wherever we're supposed to go.
Well, if you don't mind, I'll take. I'll just go look ahead. If there's some place, where we can.
You were traveling towards Scorch Mountain.
Yeah, but we're still like a week away, right?
Currently, you traveled quite a bit on horseback. You would have 2 more days after this, arriving on the 2nd day.
Right. Then
If you were on horseback, walking would be another 3 days.
I'm just gonna set up camp ahead.
Sure, you ride ahead as you, with the horse, you cross the bridge. Everybody helping easily enough to do. You start riding ahead on your own as you leave the rest of the party to their own devices.
So that's
On the other side, 2
Thank
barrels
God he's
standing
gone.
around.
I had to scare away 2 horses for this, but he's finally gone.
We are going to
Yes, we did
taking
it.
a short-
Oh yeah!
We're going to
We
be
got his
taking-
money and we got rid of him.
We're going to be taking a short break as Cyrus is leaving us for now, but we'll be back next week. We are going to be taking a short break. After that, our very own Vera or Lockett will be joining us once more. Just give me a second. Get up. It's my... Thank you guys so much, and stick around for a little while as we will be back in about 15 minutes. Thank you so much, and we will see you later. And hello everybody! Welcome back after the short break that we took. We are back here with we lost Cyrus or Luke as he went away for a birthday. But as of now we have joining here Farah or Lockett, who is currently a little sick. We'll be trying her best to look presentable and do some D&D with us for the demi. She might have to leave halfway through if she's getting a little bit too sick. But for now she will be sticking around. Let me see, because she's barely on the camera. And look at that! There you go. Much better.
Oh, you look so happy.
You look so happy.
You look so excited.
As you guys just managed to cross the river that was in this forest, you lost your cart. Managed to get the barrels both on the other side of the explosion that happened in the middle of this bridge. The barrels are there. One of them is on the side with some of its cloth silks out of it. You send Thyrus away on the horse, the lost horse that you had, as Alpha managed to scare the other one away. You lost the earlier one earlier today.
Sorry.
It is about dusk. The sun is setting. As I said before, as you arrived, especially now, it's almost getting dark. The sun is barely visible. You are all on the other side of the river. What would you like to do?
Are we gonna do the thing?
What thing?
Alright. Do we want to take these barrels?
Well, it'd be a shame if we left them here, but
Okay. Has any one of you ever been to a circus?
You would have actually.
Yeah.
is that
I'm
me?
You
gonna-
no.
The closed
Yeah, probably been to one once.
What's,
the closed barrel is it on its side? Is it standing
The
upright?
closed barrel is
Yeah.
currently laying on. No, actually, that was the one that they got across. Perfectly. It's just standing upright. The one with the open hole is laying on its side.
I'm gonna push it over.
Sure.
Alright, I've only seen this happen once. Step on the barrel, I'm trying to sort of walk it in the general direction we are going.
I want to say roll performance. Yet this doesn't have anything to do with your.
acrobatics?
Yes, I would say acrobatics would be the best way to
I think
describe.
performance is very accurate.
No, because
No,
your
it's
charisma is
true.
not going to help you stay on this barrel.
My charisma's gonna help it make look cool.
Yes, sure.
It's
Can I roll a charisma check to see?
No, you
Alright,
have to roll an
well.
acrobatics check.
acrobatics. That's fine.
Nope.
You step on the barrel, and as you take off with your second foot, the barrel starts rolling already. You fall back down. You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage. as you fall backwards. No, he falls backwards as he tries to step on it, and the barrel rolls a few feet further.
Okay. Okay, the thing that I just did,
we're not gonna do that.
don't do the thing I
That
just
seems
did.
like such a.
Yeah. Okay,
that's
just that hurts
This is just real dabber, right? Just not good. We're just gonna hide them on the side of. Maybe just hide them, and then if we have something or we go past, we can take them back. Is that
Yeah,
an idea?
That might be the best option, but before we do that, we might want to get as much of the stuff out of it. Just take as many as we can right now.
All of you are wearing backpacks.
That's
I
why.
assume. So
Yeah, but
It's a barrel. Well, maybe the open barrel one. We
We're
can
going
use
to
that
the-
selection.
We're going to a city, right? Just to
You're
make.
going to a town, a smaller
town.
town.
Okay, well, we can probably still sell some of them there.
Amberstone was a decent city. This is a town.
All right. Well, then we'll do that. We'll take some of the cloth and.
Well, actually, one of the barrels is open. I'm going to start with that one. Grab as much of the stuff that's in it.
Sure.
Fill my backpack.
Stuff the backs.
why?
Because we can sell it.
It's worth
In worst
money.
case scenario, we want to pack something else, we throw one of the things away.
You can write down, I would say, in the sheets that there are, it's almost a blanket size, and they're big. You can write down 5 pieces of silk.
And
I already have one. Pieces, a few pieces.
You would also be able to carry 5 more within your backpack if you don't choose to carry any in your hands.
That would be
Do you fill
I
up your?
already have.
You have 1, but you can fill up 4 more if you wish.
No, I don't.
and then we just
Maybe. Yeah, I do.
I hide the barrels. I don't really think it matters if they open barrels.
I'm gonna help him hide those barrels, so we're done a little bit faster.
I think the one that's open is just a waste of time. Just
Well, we can always hide it and.
whatever's gonna crawl in there, it's just gonna waste. It's just gonna be ruined. Doesn't matter. We're just gonna hide the one barrel.
Okay, we're gonna head to one barrel. The
Yeah.
other one we're going to throw in the river.
Maybe make. Yeah, that's
Alright.
probably a good idea.
We're the one barrel that's open already. For some reason, we think it's a waste to take that, so we're gonna toss it in the river.
Which is the barrel you just took most of the stuff out of. You roll it to the hole. Well, that's what you said as the other one.
Yeah,
But
that's,
you push it over
and to make it just
and slowly.
to make it just a bit more enjoyable, I snap my fingers and I cast. What's it again?
I don't feel so good.
no, I don't have a I don't feel so good Mr. Stark spell. I would like
Oh, dude.
it. I'm
It's a
cast
9th level
create
spell, bro.
bonfire on
Just
barrel.
9 level.
Sure, you. The barrel is wet.
But it's magical fire.
It can be doused. It is a cantrip.
Yeah, but still.
Dude,
It doesn't do much exciting. It just is.
The other barrel you try to hide.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yep.
Roll a stealth check to put it away, to hide it.
you sure I shouldn't have?
I was helping him with this, by the way.
put it right on the road.
As you are putting
I don't
up,
see it anywhere.
as you
Bushes on it.
were, you
Your leaves.
put it on the side and you put it behind a tree. And as you guys come look, you can see the barrel, and just about a feet wider in total, than the tree, awkwardly standing there.
Okay.
That'll work.
I guess.
No, let's at least push it like over so it's.
What? How are we supposed to find it then if we come back?
That's not the point of hiding it. I know that it's gonna be more difficult now because 2 people did it, but there's only improving this, so
One
I'm gonna
people.
attempt making it better.
It was
Sure.
one person.
Roll stealth here. Create bonfire, by the way, does create a fire that lasts for the duration, yet the flame can be doused. There's
Okay.
nothing saying that the flame can't be doused.
In that case, in my own party, I'm gonna kick someone's ass because you
Sure.
really believe that. What was the stealth check, right?
Yes, as you're hiding this.
That is a 13.
13. It's a little better hidden behind the bush this time.
Ooh.
See, it's better, and I know it's this bush, so
You still know that when we come here.
yeah.
The average person wouldn't necessarily see this, yet it isn't very well hidden.
I can still see it. It's 13.
You want me to put it on
Yes, you can still see it.
I can
You would-
also still see it.
As you also saw him put it there.
Yeah, but I'm looking at it from like a view sample. I'm looking at it and I'm standing. It's still visible.
Alright, best of both worlds. You can see it, and nobody else can unless they're
I
really
really
looking for it.
doubt that. I
mean, if you're looking for it.
like a human like Thar, sure, you know, he wouldn't see it.
Yeah, but a human like Cyrus wouldn't see a fucking bridge!
Well, my point there.
He didn't see the bridge as you
Just
arrived.
did not
I know you weren't there, but it was sad. Sure.
So let's
Alright.
just start moving to this location. We got quite a walk.
You continue. It is dark at this
I also
point.
grab
Oh,
my arm
that's
right away and
Yes.
put it back
Go
on.
back on. Take some
Actually,
time.
maybe now that
And
we're...
after all that, it is it's dark.
we
Oh, you have
should-
dark vision, so you can see, but it's middle of the night.
Should
Ish.
We probably
Heading to wood.
should
Yeah.
get a bit of a sleep on because
I thought we'd move a little bit more further ahead.
it's already pretty late.
Yeah.
I don't want to be
No
tired
one can
tomorrow.
see us too, right? That's how that works. That goes both ways.
We can see them perfectly fine.
Well,
You're completely right. If we move a bit further, they can't see us. And as you move, you're genius.
but it's like a forested area right now.
This is a forested area, yes, with a
It's just-
road. that
I
you're
just
traveling.
like a little bit more.
And
Visible
while he's
spot.
trying to convince me, I just put my bedroll down. I just lay
the
in it.
road?
It's just like, no, not on the road.
He walks to the side of the road.
Genius. Let's just lay right fucking here.
Finds a somewhat decent spot to put his bed.
put it down.
As he puts it down.
Lay my ass.
It's just,
Alright, well, you do that. Good night.
We walk a little further.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
We go
as
a little
you
further and actually
go
look for
down,
a
you
good
hear it
space.
dissipating slightly.
Can I don't know how far you walk, but can I still?
Well, that depends on what we find.
How long do you wait to look around?
Until I'm sort of convinced that they're not gonna stop. And
Sure. As you look around, with only 60 feet of dark vision, they are not there. Yet in the distance, you can still hear it.
I get out of my bed, roll it up, and just God damn it!
You eventually manage to catch up to them.
I want to look for an actual, like, a little bit more open. To
Sure.
this.
Roll perception. With a natural 3, you don't get to see what you are looking for. You don't manage to find any spaces that are any better than the last one to sleep in.
I'm so
And you're
good.
getting somewhat tired at this point.
Let's sleep in a tree. Yeah.
in a tree.
Yep.
I'm in for that.
I'm gonna climb
Sure.
in the tree.
I'm also gonna go.
Sure.
Goddamn peer pressure.
I don't have to roll.
Roll an athletics check. You can climb. Roll an athletics check. That's a 3.
2 times in a row, really? Really?
So, what did
it's
you
an
roll?
8.
An 8. You climb up and you grab a branch as it, and you start falling down, back on your back, taking 1 point of bludgeoning damage as you just smack into the ground once more. As you look up, you already see Lockett sitting in one of the trees. Alpha climbed into another with a 17 plus whatever.
18. so.
18. You managed to climb in easily now.
Do it again.
Sure.
I'm helping this
Roll an
time.
athletics check. Sure. If you climb in the same tree together, you manage to
I don't know. I'm
roll
no,
with
my
you
ego
can't-
wouldn't want
You
this.
can't roll. You can roll with advantage. Your ego doesn't want this.
My hobgoblin ego needs to prove that I can do this.
You don't. As you reach out your hand, it doesn't get grabbed. As Ned
19.
painfully manages to climb his way up into the same tree as you.
Okay.
You guys go to sleep.
Well,
I
of
like-
course, take watches, I'd say. I'll take first watch.
You take first watch.
And whatever I do, the first thing I do is with the rope we used to get Thyros out of the water, I'm securing myself to the tree because
Sure.
I know
Same
how I
thing.
roll.
You do the same thing with your piece of rope.
Yeah.
You don't.
You
I don't
don't
have
have
rope.
rope.
You don't have rope.
I have
rope.
50
Very well.
fishing line if you want.
As you are done for the night, you take a first watch. So roll a perception check.
Oh, that's worthless. That's a 7.
It is dark up in this tree. It's cold. It's uncomfortable. You don't manage to pay much attention throughout this. Both of you go to bed or
Yeah, I'm just
You
gonna
go to
lie
bed? sleep. You easily bind yourself to the tree, fall asleep yourself. As you awake, both of you, the next day, you climb out of your tree, well rested. You took a long rest. You go to bed at one point, you're in a different tree, so you're not able to
Well,
wake either one of them up.
I was thinking about. Oh, no.
Shouting.
No. I mean, they're probably in a tree somewhat close to me, I
Yes.
assume. So I just point at whichever one, and I use message to scream a whisper as hard as possible. I'm not sure if that's a thing.
Check. I'm not sure if they can.
scream
See
a
if-
whisper.
If they're, I assume if they're unconscious and you whisper, yeah, that hears the message. No, they can't hear your message as they are unconscious.
God damn it, do I have something to throw at one? I have daggers, but they probably wouldn't like that.
No.
You can try. See what happens.
Do I? Oh, wait. How far away are they?
Next tree over.
It would be like the next tree over like 30 feet-ish.
That's exactly enough. I cast Mage Hand,
Sure.
and I just tap one of them.
Just do so. They wave your hand away as they go back to bed.
You really don't want them to
No,
make a step.
they said they went to go to bed, so they sleep. They are not staying up for their.
I
perception.
didn't want to use Create Bonfire on this. I'm not. That's just different talk.
Yeah.
Well then,
So it's exactly an action for you.
welcome to my.
Do you stay up to take all the watches?
No, of course I'm fucking not.
Very
Why
well.
not?
Because they went to
Right.
bed, and they're
Mage
not
Hand,
waking
Mage
up.
Hand can't attack, so I can't like slap them awake.
Nope.
I can Eldritch Blast them. They won't like that.
Nope.
Just climb up.
All right, last possibility. I use Druidcraft to make a horrible smell around them.
I don't know if would you smelt worse? Definitely.
I probably don't smell too good myself.
You probably
I mean,
slept in places that smelled like this.
How horrible is it? Like,
So neither one of them wakes up. If you just
Probably
create
makes my dreams a
quote,
little bit more
horrible
comfortable.
smell. Quote.
Okay. I make it worse. The worst thing. Wait, hobgoblin, weird cat. I make it a pleasant smell.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Neither one of them wakes up.
Even better. I sleep.
The last thing I can possibly imagine to do is around them, and if this doesn't work, I'm just going to sleep. Make also with Druidcraft a sensory effect, as in just wind blowing.
Sure.
Just anything.
Adding more wind to this windy forest. It is
Fuck.
just a forest.
Well,
Neither one of them wakes up, as they completely dedicated themselves to going to bed.
I just realized that I'm actually a fucking idiot.
Yes. you
30
are.
feet away, I can just scream.
Yes.
That's what I try next.
Neither one of them decides to act on your... Or if you do, you can say so. Otherwise, neither one of them...
Well, I tried everything I could, and I just go to sleep.
You can't turn around in a tree, but yeah, you
Well,
can do it
that's
as well.
yeah.
As I said, all of you managed to find yourself a long rest.
Went to
Regaining
church
all your
for
hit
a
points
reason.
and your abilities.
Fucking retard.
Yet, no. You make your way down from the tree, get out back on the open road. What do you wish to do?
Start walking.
Yep. We start walking. Thanks for that advice. Good. Almost forgot that one.
We've been standing there underneath the tree. Why aren't we going forward?
No, well, there's no horses, so I get what you mean.
I
You-
started walking with my 4 legs. Riding with them.
Who's walking
I'm
in
just sitting,
front?
laying on the ground and just rolling.
Who's walking in front? You will?
Mm.
I will walk next.
Both of you roll perception check, or one of you with advantage?
I think it's both of us then.
That's
That's
decent.
19, so that's fine.
That's
That's a
23.
6?
Yeah, your
23.
dice is real crap.
With a fuck you. With a 6, you are still tired and don't manage to pick up on anything. You, on the other hand, having a very deep sleep, almost being woken by some things, yet nothing. You are quite vigilant as you look around. You look at the forest is the same as the day before. There's still not a lot of traffic on this road, although on the in the sand in front of you, you manage to see the tracks of Thyrus that he left behind on his horse, as well as later finding a camping site where he stayed, as well as a set of small humanoid footprints that are more recent than any tracks that follow, as this road hasn't been traveled much lately.
Footprints.
Ooh.
As he points them out to you, you recognize these as the ones you saw.
Oh,
As you
wait.
taste it, it's sandy.
Might be sand creatures. No, I want to
Wait,
survival check this. To
Sure,
see if I
roll
can.
survival check to see
15.
15. Small humanoid, child, gnome, halfling, anything. Could be like that. Dwarf, perhaps. Yeah, a little small for that.
No shoes or shoes?
Shoes.
Shoes. Okay, that's important.
Okay, well, since
It's not that small.
since I'm interested
Wait,
in
yes.
how it does
Jeremiah, Jeremiah, as all of you have seen him, is small. Not any longer than 4 feet.
Alright, as I'm interested in his
It's
craft
about
and stuff.
this high. He's not that big.
As I'm very interested in his craft and stuff, I just sort of copy what he does, trying to. Okay, I'm not doing that. I'm trying to learn. I'm also just
Sure.
nipping on the sand.
You tried to.
Just because we're just sniffing the tracks
It's all
at this
just-
point.
It's all sand.
Or I hit them both on the back of their heads.
You feel it on both your heads as Lockett hits you on the back of it.
Now, why would you do that? That's so unnecessary.
Because it's stupid.
I am trying to track this person. It's a small person, wears boots, so it could
You're
be
eating sand.
That's how I knew it with boots.
Yeah. No, I'm
But
starting
you're
to get
just,
what you're
just really fucking.
I'm not sure if I can smell the leather of his shoes.
Make a perception check.
Or, oh. I was going to make a horrible joke, but I'm making a perception check at this point. Oh, that's actually, that's 15.
15?
Yeah.
Sand.
I'm not sure I can smell the leather of his boots. Oh, if this is just the horrible stench of the horse.
No, it's not the smell, you gotta taste it.
It's just your own
Still sand.
hand.
Disgusting.
I
It
can-
grinds between your teeth,
I can definitely taste what you have.
which stays around for the next 30 minutes.
It's a nice texture.
That's a long time for sand.
Mm-hmm. You don't know that when there's sand in your mouth and it's still there after a long fucking while?
You're trying.
That's what you have right now.
I never
It's
had
horrible.
that. No.
Oh.
I
I'm
never eat sand.
no,
Bro, live a little!
I have never really had
No,
that. I
you never,
thought,
like,
oh, geez,
drop.
sand. Let me just.
You never like drop down and then face first into sand.
We are going to have
Yes,
a
you
swell
did.
time. When?
You did.
When?
Like, half a year ago or something?
Anyways,
What did I do half a year ago?
you
No,
you
I
guys
wanna
see
know.
these tracks. Do you act upon them differently than you did
Do
before?
they go to the road or?
They seem to be on the just slightly off the road. Although they are seem to be heading in the direction you are too.
No, we'll follow the tracks as long as they go the direction we have to go. Which I
Sure.
don't even know.
You guys travel for this second day, not making as much distance as you would have hoped. Following these tracks, sometimes losing them, at one point just completely losing them before you have to research for them, find them once more, but there's a large distance where they were almost completely gone. You can continue, there's barely, there's no sign of any campsites or anything. They stay somewhat on the side of the road, sometimes darting into the forest a little bit.
Is it like they're traveling together?
No, there's only one set of footprints. You had Thyrus' horse footprints, which do continue, although over the course of the next few days, actually, they fade slowly as these other ones keep consistent in their clarity, slightly becoming more clear as the days go on. And this type of travel keeps up for the next 2 days. As the third day, you find them once more. You know out of experience, most of you, that in at the end of the following day, you will reach Scorch Mount.
Okay.
It's a lot of walking.
It is once more night. Yes, on horseback it would have been less. It is one more night before the day you would arrive on Scorch Mount.
Alright, well.
Tracks getting ever clearer.
This has been an amazing day of purely walking.
Yeah.
But I think we should climb back in our trees.
I assume you guys
I'm
are
not
not
the same
sleeping in
ones.
trees all the time, and just changing that.
I'm fine with just
Just gonna
trees.
sleep in trees.
Farewell.
I don't have much of a tent.
I'm not going to take the first watch though, because that was gonna be.
What do you mean watch?
Oh, normally. Well, screw it. You just never wake up.
We're going in trees, right? What could go wrong?
Lumberjack could come along and cut down your tree.
Do you know how
I've had this happen once.
Do you
in
know
my
how
hometown.
stupid
It was
this?
horrible.
Do you know how terrible this?
It happened to
on
me.
a road.
It happened to me once, and it was horrible.
No, I really doubt.
It's
It.
actually
Probably a
did.
dream.
Actually, might have been a dream though. It was scary though.
I just can't be stuffed with your little story. It's not gonna happen. I think we're fully safe in the trees. If you want to take watch, you can take watch.
I'm not gonna take watch on my own. I won't get any sleep. That's a bit tired.
Well, that's your problem.
Farewell. All of you get back in your trees slowly, taking your time. You manage to get into the trees, getting this slight experience you've had over a couple of days. Your ass becoming ever more hurt by the prolonged sleeping on a branch rather than the floor.
Before I go to sleep, at this time I just collect a couple of pebbles before I'm taking my watch. I'm gonna put them in my own, just gonna fucking yeet at them when I try to wake them.
Their experience with you trying to wake them up during their sleep has made them almost impervious to your attacks.
I'm interested.
Two actual
Unless
rocks
you
hitting on the
guys
head.
wish to wake up.
No.
I want to do my
Nope.
bedroll around to the branch I'm going on and make it a bit
To make
more
your ass a little
comfortable.
bit more comfortable.
I don't. I don't care.
You might don't much care as you
And I
find
want
this
to climb this tree.
What?
Climb the tree.
You, with your experience in the help, managed to climb the tree.
No, I want to
issue.
do it on my own.
Farewell.
Would we miss a gem like this if I didn't do that?
You climb up once
Fall
more.
down.
And once you're almost at the top, finding this beautiful place to sleep, Lockett coming up behind you, you fall back as one of your feet slips and misplaces on some moss. You take another point of bludgeoning damage.
I
After,
take your beautiful branch.
and as Lockett climbs up, not helping you, as you never any of these days wanted any help, finds a perfect place to sleep, where she curls up and falls asleep. You, defeated, climb to a lower branch, or shoot a crossbow at her.
No.
As you resist the urge to fire a crossbow bolt, you once more climb to a thick branch that you've seen before. Roll once more if you want. Easily enough.
17.
With a 17, you climb up, see her sleeping on your perfect spot, which was almost like the top of the tree where it actually expands in all directions. There was almost a flat area to nicely be able to sleep in. Although a little big for you, for her curled up, fits somewhat okay. You find a thick branch where you can sleep on. You roll your bedroll around and fall asleep.
Yeah.
They are completely out of your sight, making sure that they are on the opposite side of the tree that you were sleeping in, to avoid any pebbles that they have been getting lobbed at their heads for the past 2 days.
I'm gonna find a different tree.
Sure.
I'm gonna find a tree. I'm gonna sit in the same tree as
You're
them.
going to try and wake them up.
At
How
the end
long
of my, at the end of my watch.
Sure. Roll a perception check.
That's a 13.
13. Farrell. 1 second. Nothing.
The
The
fact that
end
you
of
had
your
to
watch.
roll is disturbing.
The end of your watch comes to you. You feel getting tired.
You feel it.
Could you not touch my leg?
God, stop.
Could you also not touch my leg?
You
Yeah, you're the only one who
Find
hasn't
the
touched my
end-
leg yet.
You
This is your
find
chance.
the end of your watch. What would you wish to do?
Wait, did I already go to a different
You
tree?
had no. You went to a different tree.
Okay.
You've had your watch. Nothing happened particularly, but you feel that if you don't go to sleep now, you're going to be very tired in the morning.
I'm gonna make a quick attempt at just yeeting all of the rocks, and if they miss, I'll just go to sleep.
You wake up. You're curled in the tree. You're not able to be hidden. See it.
Like,
I'm
how
fine.
bad is it? Are you like,
Just a
I'm just a.
handful of pebbles. Just
oh yeah, if that hits me, I wake up with
Sure.
my crossbow and I start
Are
looking
you
around.
proficient with improvised weapons?
I don't think I am. No.
And then, in that case, roll an attack with. Yes, roll an attack using your dexterity at disadvantage as you're not proficient with this weapon. This would be considered you without your dex bonus to be able to hit,
That
as
is-
you're not moving.
That is a 10.
A 10. It scours across the chamber, making some noise, not enough to be able to wake you up.
No, I have to feel it.
Not doing any damage.
Oh, I really hate that guy. And I just go to sleep.
You go to sleep in another tree. Very well. Roll an athletics check.
I was in the tree!
Oh yeah, you climbed it. No, you're fine. Sure. Don't worry.
Jesus.
As no one else is finding their sleep, the
If that tree is gonna be cut down by a lumberjack, I swear to God, I'll praise you
a
at the end.
small lumberjack shows up. None of this. What are you guys' passives?
13.
12.
In that case, making it ever so simple.
No.
You guys wake up. As you were curled up. Yes, as
Oh boy.
on Ned.
Why Why didn't you
as
wake
well
us
as
up?
on Alpha. Yes,
What did you say?
Why didn't you wake us up?
Next time, I am going to yeet an Eldritch Blast at you. Just so you know. That's gonna be a thing.
Stop with the word
And
yeet.
as both of you, all of you, went to bed, we are going into combat. As you, all of you sleep, you're awake up in this tree. You're up quite a ways. I would say you're up almost about 20 feet. You're about 10 feet up. You're about 10 feet up. Both of you wake up into this insanely painful burning sensation. As
Oh god.
It's
You
all
should-
Lucas' fault.
you guys are sure you guys sent Thyros away, right?
Yes.
In that case,
We're
Alpha.
gonna die.
Yeah.
You take 14 points of fire damage, as well as Ned. You take 12 points of fire damage. As both of you wake up as a ray of fire just hits both of you. And as you look up, we are going to be... These are the trees you guys are sleeping in. Could you move your stuff, please? You're about 30 feet apart. Say that. Locket is up a little higher than Ned currently. So, I'm going to be putting Locket all the way up there. Having Ned almost on the ground. Let's see if we have anything to put you on. There we go, D12. Should be good. You're over there, as well as you are in the tree. As you guys wake up, as this fire just burns some of your side, you feel the scorch marks crawling and the flames crawling across your left. For Alpha, your left side. For you, your right side. As this is the feeling almost of getting standing too close to a campfire to the point that it starts burning, but it stays there for a while before it fades. And as you look, there's a dim light coming from in between you guys' trees. As there is currently a tiny, this thing's pretty big, I know, floating skull in the head. As both of its eyes flicker to black, slowly starting to build up with red energy once more. Green flames crawling out of its eyes and mouth into its back as it's slowly floating forward. I need all of you to roll initiative. Except for, yes, Locket, you can roll, yet you are currently still unconscious. I would say you're not in the first round, as you do wake up from the noise, most likely. So Thyros is not here. Nick.
That's an 18.
18,
16.
16. So we got
14.
18, 16, and 14. What's trash?
14
Your
is
dice.
terrible.
My dice?
These dice.
Very well.
You gave to me.
I'm sorry that my
Happy birthday,
dice I
screw
gave
you.
to you were insufficient.
You
No, I always roll.
did that on purpose. You made them roll terrible.
Yeah.
Yes, I made that do on purpose. The
For you.
you guys notice once more that this circle shape is carved into its head, currently glowing with a red vibe.
Do I still have the pieces of skin?
What?
Sorry, what did you
I am not aware that that was a thing. You had what now? Oh, if it still has pieces of skin. No, this is a bear skull.
I have pieces of skin from the dead people.
With the icon, with the scars. Right?
Oh, yes! You still have that.
Do we still have the dead?
You're
figures?
asleep though. So, as we are getting into this, Ned, you wake up 10 feet up, hanging on a branch, flames just crawling across your right side. What do you do?
Yikes! Hot, 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 hot! I take my crossbow and I.
Yikes.
You are currently
Hot.
tied to the tree, FYI. As you guys,
Tied?
yes,
Use
use your bed wall.
you
Tie
guys
up the
used your
tree.
ropes.
I didn't.
You didn't. You did. And you did.
I don't need it now.
No, you don't. Currently, no, you're right. Because you are curled up in the top of the tree. Although you Did tie yourself.
Is that an entire action to untie?
Yes.
Fucking cut.
I go down the tree. How far down am I?
It's about 10 feet.
I just jump.
Roll an athletics check or acrobatics, your choice.
16.
16. You bend your knees as you land. You're fine.
Is this thing flying or is it at the ground?
No, it's currently hovering about 4 feet up in the air.
Alright, seeing that it is a small object,
It is very, very small.
I'll pull out my great sword.
You put away across the pool,
Move
raise
up.
move up to
And I make an
Yes.
attack.
roll it.
Well,
If you miss, I'm gonna become pissed. Right?
so you're gonna be pissed? What are you gonna do? Jump out of the tree?
Do it like this. I don't
Oh,
know.
that was something.
Drop your phone right there. That seems bad.
What is it?
Karma. That would be a 18?
18 hits. As you're approaching the skull turns towards you. You see the small beads of red growing brighter.
Seeing as this is a scary, spooky
Skeleton? No.
skeleton, flying face thingy,
Send shivers
Did I
down
do
your
it?
spine.
I'd make this a sharpened attack
Very well.
using one of my superiority
Spirit
Dice.
dice.
to increase the damage.
Damage.
So that's good that I did that, because that would be 9 plus 3 is 12 slashing damage.
12 slashing damage.
Yes.
As you just carve into the skull, it slightly cracks on one side. It completely turns its focus towards you as it's charging up something large.
Oh boy.
Very well.
That would be
After
nice.
that, it is going to be Alpha's turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna use
So how
my...
much damage did you do?
12.
12 points of damage. Very well. Alpha, you
My
just
action
wake
is gonna-
up the burning sensation across you. You look to your left, you see the skull floating there as Ned just rushed out to it and cracked it across the skull.
What? I'm gonna use my action to untie myself.
Untie yourself.
Yeah. And I don't have bonus actions, so what I'm gonna be doing...
You have movement.
Yeah, I have movement, but...
You're currently about 10 feet up in the tree.
Yeah. No, for now I'm gonna... actually I'm gonna get out of the tree because I'm not an idiot.
Yeah, roll an athletics check
I was
or an
gonna
acrobatics
say.
check. Unless you're using your full movement to go down.
I'm using my full movement to go down. I don't
Alright,
want to go
well,
near
full
them.
movement, you would still have 5 feet of movement left. No.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'll just stay there.
You just stay there. In that case, after that lock, you wake up from the sounds, looking around. A little later than your allies, you already see Ned in the position after just crack the skull swooping back at you as you see Alpha climbing down his tree slowly, trying not to fall.
I see the symbol on his head, right?
You recognize the symbol in the head, yes.
Okay, it's still a piece of skin. So I climb down.
Sure. You
Just a
climb as
reminder.
you are higher up, you're about 20 feet. You use 20 feet of movement to climb down the tree. You're down.
Do I still have movement?
You use you're 20 feet up. You use 20 feet of your movement to climb down.
No.
So yes.
Let me check how this works.
You can use a bonus action to dash.
Yeah,
Nay. There's enough you can do. Go ahead. What do you want to do?
I'll walk up to the skull.
Girl.
I could do something.
Let's see. You got 20 feet down. This is you got you there. So 5, 10 feet. That's all you got. Unless you're using your movement to dash.
Bonus action today.
Yes, you can use. Sorry, you can use a bonus action dash. You're right.
Do that.
Alright, where do you want to go? You got another 30 feet of movement.
2, 3. Like over flanking. Like.
You're flanking it. As you run around the skull seeing you float by, slightly tilting to the left as it follows you, turns back to Ned. The brightness in its eyes glowing ever brighter.
I will just hit it with sneak attack. Is that possible?
Yes, as one of your other allies is currently threatening it.
Oh
Within
god.
5 feet.
Oh god.
You can hit it. You only have one action to do so.
Yeah.
But because you are currently taking before him in the initiative order, you get your assassinate on it. as well, just so you
Oh
know.
god. I also have
Oh
that.
boy.
That's too much reading, you guys.
Little sticky, it's okay.
It's gonna crit. Right.
Yes, it's an automatic.
Yeah.
If you hit, it's an automatic crit.
Okay.
You gotta hit though.
Mm,
But you are flanking, so you have advantage.
Can miss, right?
Oh, yes, we can.
With 2 5s,
Yeah.
what is it?
It's 5 plus
13?
8. Yeah,
13 hits.
Not a crit.
Well, that's good.
It doesn't move very fast. Although it's small.
It's small and it's a skull and maybe it's magical. I don't know. It's probably magical.
I did a
Floating in the air. Fire coming from it. Just shot fire. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's magic.
Maybe it's a bird.
So it hits, it's an automatic crit.
Yeah, but I had sneak attack too.
You also have sneak attack, but you can only double the dice from your swords.
Yeah, well, this is from my sword.
That one's from your sword.
It's a 1.
I'm so sorry for those dice. I don't know why. Alright, so you can double that, so it's 2 plus 5, which is 7.
Yeah, and then this is from the
Sneak attack. 7 plus 6 is 13, plus 1 is 14 slashing damage. As you run up to it, whoosh, you crack it on the other side of the skull, spinning it around a few times before it slowly floats back. For another 14 points of damage.
Hard day to work.
I need
Right.
to read. I
Very
can't
well.
read right now.
After which, it is the flames
fucked up.
turn as its eyes burn brighter. The green flames that flicker from the back of its skull, turning completely red. Suddenly, all the fire just compresses into one space as it explodes
Oh.
into several directions. All of you are within 10 feet as it casts its very first fireball.
Oh boy. Did we die?
Shouldn't we like roll
Should
save?
All of you need to roll dex saves. indeed.
What was the range on that?
It's a 30 feet radius.
Oh, 30. I thought it was
So,
20,
which means
so
it's a
that's why.
60 feet diameter.
Yeah, no, in that case I am.
Good luck.
What was it? Dexterity?
Dexterity saving throw.
Oh.
Yeah, that's half damage
I
if you
made it.
made it. You don't have
It's not
evasion
a-
yet, right?
Nope, that's level 5.
That's a natural 20.
Natural 20. You save.
I have a 19.
19, you save. You also save. All of you save, which means you take half of this damage.
Yeah.
I borrow
5.
someone's
Which
pen,
we
but-
shoot.
I need 3 more d6.
No.
Yes, I do. Because it's. No, not your metal. Fuck off with your metal dice. Alright. As you guys,
My
take,
dices are not allowed.
take a total of. That's a lot of 6s, guys.
I'm crying.
It's yes, but it's still a lot of 6s. So 1s and 2s.
28,
Which means
30,
it's
30,
33?
32.
32, very well.
32.
I will.
32.
This is
30.
18 plus 28. Plus 2 is 30, 33. You're right. As you take half of 32 damage, which is 16. Thank you, Minecraft.
It's 44
You know, the
minus
16 points of fire damage. As the fire, all of you get blown back. You step back, and you gotta brace yourself for not actually falling prone. As you look back, the skull is there, unharmed. Thank you for the d6.
Can I use my phone? I think.
At this point, you hear the slow footsteps in grass as something is moving slowly towards you. In that case, Ned.
That fucking hurt!
Crack. Go ahead and roll it.
You have advantage.
I have advantage, that's right.
Yes, you do. Which makes it very hard to miss. You hit, at least.
Yeah, that's the 17 to hit.
Yes, hits.
I'm just gonna do we need to kill this thing, don't we?
What was it to hit?
17.
17.
Yes, he did.
As you bring down your sword to manage to hit this creature, right as you are expecting the skull once more to crack and dart inward, a shimmering blue light goes across it as it casts shield.
You motherfucker.
Which gives it a +5 to its AC, which is just enough to block you. No, actually, wouldn't work. Because 17 still hits. If he does that. So plus 5 to CC. You managed to hit still.
Alright, well, that was a roller coaster of emotions.
I'm sorry.
I'll make
You
that.
can't use.
Just because
shield,
of that,
doesn't
I'll
work.
make that a. What is it? Sharpened attack?
Sure, yeah, no problem.
We'll do that, yeah. And we'll start doing some more damage.
You see the skull turning towards you, preparing something, yet seeing this greatsword coming towards it
Enjoy
doesn't.
it.
14. 17 damage.
17 points of damage. Very well. Your type of damage is slashing damage or piercing damage or short swords, which is very important for me right now.
Oh,
Piercing damage, right?
slash.
No, short swords do piercing damage, am I correct?
No,
No,
all type of
I
swords
actually
do
think swords do
slashing.
slashing.
Let me check.
My daggers are like piercing damage.
Daggers are piercing damage.
Daggers are piercing, short swords are slash.
Scimitars are slashing damage. Let's see. Short sword, 1d6 piercing damage. Sorry, I want to ask. Once you hit it with the sword, it doesn't do as much damage as you thought it would. Yes.
I can't do anything else.
Correct.
No,
In that case, the total damage that you did just now was how much?
17.
17
Slashing
very well.
damage.
Alright. You once more crack hit it on the side it before it moves back into its own space. A more visible crack on the skull itself.
Does it look bad?
It looks pretty bad.
I'm gonna do action search.
Sure.
I'm gonna hit it again.
Sure. Roll it.
Congratulations.
Oi, 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 oi.
That one doesn't count. On the table only. D20s.
I'll drink you under the table, scrub. That would be
I have no idea what that is.
a 19.
Okay, 19 hits.
Good. Better.
Better.
8 points of slashing damage.
Alright, another 8 points of slashing damage. You carve once more into this crack, seeing a visible cut line where you can look through the skull, although only flame is bursting out of it at this point. Alpha, what do you do?
It was looking quite bad, right?
It's looking pretty bad, and you slowly hit.
No.
Heal. The bonus action.
Sure. Second wind.
Second win.
Well, in that case, I'm not gonna do what I was planning on doing. In that case, I am going to stand back a bit more, so that
Okay.
I am 35 feet away from it. Fucking wings team.
5, 10, 15, 20, wait, 35 total?
From it, yeah.
Okay, so that's 4, 6, there you go.
Is it still in vision for me?
Yeah, well, it has cover, yes.
It has
You can move this way.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Although the explosion that you so far outreached where you are, as a fireball is a 30 feet radius, yet a
Yes.
60 feet diameter.
Yes.
So he could cast it.
Yeah, it can cast it towards me, but then at least only I'm target and
No.
they're not.
He can just.
Yeah, right there. Okay.
If you want to be out of its reach of the fireball, you gotta be 60 feet away.
Ah, screw it. Set me back where I was.
Well,
In that case, it's just going to be the good old Eldritch Blast.
you go around the side, you fire an Eldritch Blast, roll it.
That is an 18 plus something. Doesn't even matter at this point.
18 hits.
D10, which is a 9 plus 4 is 13 force damage.
13 force damage as you fired, hitting the skull, cracking it in more places. Yet it doesn't seem to do as much damage as you thought it would.
There is no creature in the entire game that's resistant to force damage, so you
Not my
won't
fault.
notice.
Magic resistance does not negate that kind of damage. So as you fire, it cracks more.
Yeah.
And you're okay. In that case, after that, it is going to be Locket.
Yay. I'm gonna.
Visibly more cracked. The skull almost bending inward. Yet
Still
the
a sneaky
logo
card.
is still. Yes, yet the logo is still burning bright.
Well, I'll do that.
That is a natural one, but
No,
also a
that's
19.
Plus 8, so it's.
It's 27 to hit, which hits.
Nice dice.
And it. Oh my god. I'm so sorry.
That's fine.
11 damage. But with the sneak attack, it's 19 damage.
As you bring your short sword forward, you aiming for the incorrect in the skull, you pierce through it the entire way. Before, as you pull it back, the skull brittles into pieces and falls on the ground.
Oh.
The footsteps through the grass slowly getting louder and louder. Ed, what do you do?
It's dead, right?
Wait, is this thing dead?
Yeah, that thing is pretty
Okay.
shattered.
I have a question though. If I look at my pieces of skin,
It would take a while to go through the satchel to find the footprint. Ned, slowly hearing the footsteps of grass.
I want to look around for
More perception check.
whoever this thing might be. Ooh.
I mean, it's not hiding.
No.
9.
Nice.
Doesn't have to.
It isn't. You can't currently exactly see where it is, although it's a slow running. You hear the creaking of some maybe wood or anything like that. As
It's a
slow metal clanging against metal. As it's
Take my crossbow.
It's tiring.
take a crossbow.
Yep.
Very well. After that, Alpha. The perception check was your action.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that's what I
stand next to him, and I'm just going to
Okay.
hold my action and I hold my attack to cast Eldritch Blast whenever I see what's.
Well, now just blast. Lock it.
If I did, I found my pieces of skin.
You can take an action to go look for them
I
and find them.
no.
They're in your satchel somewhere.
No.
You're fighting.
I will hold my action
To do what?
to if it comes out, I wanna hit it.
Alright, so it needs to come within your melee range for you to hit.
Yeah.
Very well. You standing there
Sure.
waiting for creatures to come into your range.
It's dead people.
It's a lot of
I see dead people.
Yes.
It's not really any, secret at this point that there are dead people going around.
As from one side, there's more trees around.
It's cracked.
Well, I thought we were looking at the direction we
More
heard the sound
skeletons
from,
come
but,
into view, and you see one of them show up first. This one first when you would see the other one. Not as much as Ned standing in front of you. You fire your Eldritch Blast. Roll the hit.
No, okay, that's a critical failure.
As you're standing right next to Ned, you fire it right past his face. You feel the scorching heat from this force that comes off of his hand burn some of this, almost burning some of the skin across your cheek as he almost falls forward as he was like, yes, there it is, and then walks up against you and misses entirely, disappearing somewhere in the cavity.
I tried.
Locked, you were holding your action for them to move into your range.
But they did not.
In that case, they did not yet. So, that passes Ned.
I crack my bow and I shoot Mr. Golden Skull.
You fire at the one holding the large scimitar.
I don't shoot at his skull because maybe it's weird a lot of gold.
It's not a gold. It's just a regular ass.
No, I'm looking at it. That's a gold skull.
I'm convinced that looks
That's
pretty
definitely a golden skull.
Mm, that's an 11.
An 11, as you fire, it raises its shield just in time to catch the air in it as it keeps slumbering towards you. And you move backwards.
That's
Oh, great. Go stand
In that
behind
case,
the fucking...
Alpha.
I do the same thing as I just did. I try to recast
Okay.
another
You
Eldritch Blast.
fire another Eldritch Blast at it.
Yep. That is a...
Try
I
to
think
put
it's
it-
plus
put it on your-
6, but I'm not
Try
sure.
to roll in your notebook and on the table.
Yes,
Don't all
sorry.
those dice trays yet.
Let's see. That is a plus 6, so that's 17.
17 hits.
So that does 14 force damage.
14 points of force damage. Very well. Yeah, as the creature slowly slumbers for you, caving in some of the ribs breaking off, shattering backwards. The creature still moves towards you slowly. After that, lock it. Currently standing there, these two creatures
Yeah.
slowly slumber towards you, skeletons.
Like
vaguely human. There's
walk
still
over
dressed
there.
pieces of skin.
there.
You 5, 10 move up to
And
there.
then take on a burying stance.
And you take on your parrying stance to. That's a bonus action. That's a reaction, right?
Oh, fuck. Yeah, it is.
So you still have an action and a bonus action.
I hold it.
But what do you hold your action for?
When it reaches me, I hit them.
Sure. You take on the parrying stance, and when they come into your reach, you hit. So you have 1+ on your AC carry, 17.
Yes.
And in that case, you moving up forward as the other ones back down, one of them giving in some bones, yet just still slumbering forward slowly. Both of them move up to the closest visual that they have of a target, and are going to attempt to hit you as you hit back. So roll the hit.
Oh god.
Which one are you hitting? The one that has been damaged before, or the
Yeah,
one that's
that
going
one.
to look and
Cool.
Very well.
Yeah. That's a 17.
17 hits as it's slowly trying to reach to put up its sword. You manage to hit the shield, or put up its shield. You hit the shield on the side as you push it down through the clavicle. It breaks a bone as you do.
It's 10 damage.
So you pull up 10 damage. Some more of this skeleton breaking down. Still managed to raise its sword. Going to try and go in for a hit. The other one is going to try and hit you first. You're gonna have advantage. That's going to be a 18 to hit,
Yeah, it
which
does.
hits as your armor class is 17.
Yes.
You take 5 points of slashing damage. Take 5 points of slashing, and it's a full hand.
No, I know. But I
Okay.
no,
22 minus 5.
I'm 28.
17.
28 minus 5
23.
is 23. The other one also raising its axe as it brings it down upon you, trying to hit you again with a natural 19. Still hits, doing a total of 6 slashing damage as it brings down the axe. Yes?
Yes.
After this, the it's going to be the spell's gone. So Ned,
Alright.
you see Lockett running forward, taking up a stance, carving into one of the
This one's
skeletons
damaged.
before
Yeah,
as she
the-
drops her form. Both skeletons manage to get a hit on her. Yes, the
I'm
one
gonna
is
go
going quite damaged.
10 like this, 20 like that, and 25 like that.
You
I'm gonna-
run around the damaged one. You're running past it with your greatsword in hand.
I'm gonna switch from thingy, and I'm gonna
Just
hit it with the
running-
greatsword.
Pull out the greatsword from the scaffold.
I'm gonna do the old greatswordy wheel.
Oh
boy.
Jesus Christ!
I'm gonna use one of my.
I swear it is.
We're gonna do a precision attack.
Very well.
Because I don't want to fail this one. Oh no.
Because that would have been awkward.
Yeah, see, I can't. That's 14.
14.
Well, higher rolled, guys.
14 just hits as you run towards it with the sword. You slip before keeping on running, bringing it sideways into this creature. Roll damage.
9 slashing damage.
As you run past it, your sword on like mid level of where its guts
Hip
high.
his waist.
It's no the waist, the hips are low. You smash it as the skeleton just shatters into pieces. The middle, as the legs and upper torso fall to the ground.
Grab the golden skull.
There's no golden skull.
And I'll move my last 5 feet up to there.
Yes, very well.
That will be it.
In that case, after that, it's going to be Elf.
I'm just going to move right here.
Yes.
Sweet leg.
I don't
20
even know how
feet.
far that is, but that's all I'm gonna do.
It's a boom.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna use my bonus action to cast Hexblade Curse on the one that's in the depth.
Very well.
Yes, because I'm already quite
It's
damaged
a
because
bone
some weird
big
skull on
creature.
the side. That's just a horrible joke, and I'm gonna pretend like he did not do that.
I didn't hear it.
And then I am going to cast an Eldritch Blast after
Sure, you fire an Eldritch Blast at it.
with a that's a 10.
As you run around, fire the Eldritch Blast, it brings up its shield, the force just dissipating on it as it's
Oh, I
having no effect. After that, it's going to be Lockett's turn.
Yay, I got a lot of dice.
You don't have advantage. Currently. No.
No, you don't.
Oh.
Unless you move.
As you move
But
5
he-
feet around.
No, but he has to be in 5 feet of the
Yes,
top.
that's for sneak
That's for
attack.
sneak
Oh,
attack.
no.
But no advantage. Now you have advantage as you're flanking. I know you're sick and it's a little hard. Thank you for falling in for Cyrus as you had to leave for a birthday. We'll help you get through this.
Yay.
That is high.
And it's a 15 plus 8.
Plus 8.
Plus
Yeah.
8.
Just fuck you guys.
No, thank you.
And that is...
It hits.
Doesn't
Don't worry.
matter, just
Do the
The,
math!
this is 12. This is 13. Plus your 5 is going to be a total of 18 points of damage.
I trust
Nice.
you.
at this point, she's just here to roll the dice. We'll do the calculation.
You, as you dart around, the creature just blocking the force damage as it dissipates, it brings down its shield. You stabbing forward with one of your swords, you manage to stab right through the skull. As you see, you pull it out, you can see this way all the way through the skull. You can actually see the force on the other side as some of the skin and hair that's still there slumps over it,
Can I use
looking
bonus one?
very hurt. You have a bonus action, yes.
That's 1 dice.
Yes, you still have advantage.
You're so
Fucking guy.
That was such a fucking idiot.
17 plus 8. That hits.
It hits. 17 plus 8 definitely hits.
And that is 5.
5 points down. As you jam your first sword right through its skull, you pull back as your second blade's already coming up for a clean decapitation as the skull falls backwards as the body limps on the ground, seemingly
It's also
quiet.
a golden ray.
Doesn't have any gold! God, I gotta repaint those. You
You gotta do that, yeah.
guys are horrible people.
I just gotta remind you so you do it.
Yes, I will. Yeah, it's fine. If you wish to leave, you can.
Okay.
No,
Goodbye.
You're stuck here. You're
fucking
stuck
bye.
here with us.
Oh.
As
Watch out, there's a door behind you.
the skull is laying on the ground, the other 2 skeletons also fell down. What do you wish to do?
I go over to the guy with the golden skull and I'm gonna take it.
There's no golden skull.
I'm gonna look at the magical skull.
Sure. It is shattered into bits.
I thought you were gonna say I'm gonna look at a gold sword.
It's gross.
Is it
Warm still.
I'm gonna do what Lockett did with the skin, but now with the skull. I'm gonna look at the icon.
The icon is currently 2 pieces of the skull, which it looks like the Omega sign. Not knows, it's the Omega sign that was carved into its forehead.
I don't know. It's Omega.
It is the sign
It's
for
fitting.
It's a downward C with extensions. It is the
Ah,
the
yes.
logo is the
This
symbol
one.
of necromancy.
It's the horseshoe.
Very well.
Yeah, it's a horseshoe, but there's no in between, right?
Sure.
What?
It's a horseshoe.
I'm confused. Where's the golden skull, man?
Ah, God damn
That connects. Right. Nah, whatever.
Just
Leave it on the ground.
What time is it? It's still dark.
It's still dark. Moon's still up in the sky.
We're gonna
I'm
go back
going
to sleep.
back to sleep.
Yeah, what's this?
I'm gonna climb on the top of the
Gale,
tree.
Gale, hold watch.
no. No, I
Can't you,
cannot.
like, Can't you like God bit?
Alright, how about this?
Oh,
I've already done that.
mhm.
Your turn.
Okay, but I'm only gonna do it for like 2 hours.
It's fine, then wake up the cat.
It's
And
okay.
as I climb
I think
back
we already
into
went
the
over
tree-
this. We shouldn't call her a cat.
Okay, the kitty.
I'm a kid.
And kitty cat.
It's a kitty. It's not old enough yet.
If a bird starts saying, I think I found... Oh no.
Stop.
What does Tweety say? I thought I saw...
Yeah, go in your tree.
Anyway, as you go into your tree back to bed, you hold watch for 2 hours.
Yeah.
You
What wish would you
roll a perception check.
19.
19. You sitting up in your branch, looking across You suddenly hear shifting movement. Something whistling through the ground. And before you hear... As you look over, you see the skull rebuilding itself. As the flame once more ignites, the skull comes up. And that's where we're going to have to stop the episode!
I knew that.
You knew that. You knew that. Ned doesn't.
But Ned doesn't.
As the skull comes up once more from its untimely death, we're going to be ending the episode right there.
nothing
Thank you
untimely about
guys
that,
so
yeah.
much for sticking around, as we'll be picking up with the skull rebuilding itself in front of the party. We're going to be rolling some initiative next time. Everybody still okay?
I'm actually really
Love
fucked
it.
up.
Yes.
In that
Really,
case,
no.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Good
the
luck.
GM?
As we will see you all next week again as we pick up right here on Unravel on this YouTube channel. A little bit earlier, we were a little bit late this time. We will be picking up nicely next week. Although Lockett will for sure not be joining us as she will be having her birthday.
Yay.
Happy birthday, by the way. Thank you guys so much for coming out, and we will see you next week.